Do you want me when I start the stream? Do you want me to just bring audio live immediately? So
Yeah, because I'm thinking like
not
for
just waiting
people
in
that are
silence.
well, when the
Hi,
video's
people.
posted and everything,
Yeah,
it's probably really awkward for it to just be like, when are they gonna start? When am I gonna hear voices?
that's fair. I mean, it's because I've got the
You know what I'm saying?
starting.
Like it
Every
just
night
says
when I go to sleep.
we'll be here soon. Like we'll be here soon, and it's just like silence, and you're like,
Um,
is it frozen? Did they break the video? Like probably a lot of questions, you know?
it happens.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, like we could do that. I know a lot of people have gotten like they'll have licensing for certain songs and stuff that they can play, so that there's like music playing in the back. So it's like the waiting room kind of a feel.
Yeah.
But no, if you guys are comfortable with it, anytime I start the stream, I'll just bring audio live immediately so the conversation's happening.
Sure.
I know
Rude
that
combos.
sometimes as we're coming in, we kind of have like personal conversations and stuff, and I don't know if everybody's wanting to just reveal that, but I guess that's more motivation for Nick to show up on time.
Sorry.
All good. But yeah, I like the idea of everybody kind of getting one theater pick throughout the year. Like that sounds like a fun idea.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like it too. Let's start in June.
Yeah. Or
3 months from
how
now.
about we can do it just this year, but yours we just know that yours is going to be in June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, Wicked Part 2 comes out. I'm picking it now. No, I will definitely go see it.
This will be fun.
They just launched Wicked on Peacock.
I know. I'm excited about that. Watching it the one time in theaters was really good.
Did you like it? I heard a lot of people didn't like it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
I've never seen the actual show, so like I don't know the full story. I've heard the soundtrack tons of times, so I know the songs. So as we're sitting there watching it, I'm definitely like mouthing and singing the songs as they're doing it, having a blast. But I don't know the story, so that's why I'm really excited for part 2 because I have no idea how the story ends. I mean, I shouldn't say I have no idea how the story ends. I know how the story ends, but I don't know how this story ends.
Yeah. I only brought it up because I watched this video about this guy was critiquing why movies don't look the way they used to, like back in the 90s and 80s. And they brought up Wicked as one of the examples of why the lighting in movies nowadays sucks. Essentially, it's like flat lighting in a lot of newer movies. Like nobody these days knows how to use lighting artistically. And apparently Wicked has a lot of shots where it's just very flat, like flat lighting.
Is that like what's going on in Cheeky's room right now?
No, this is the opposite. He's got some brights and darks and
Very dynamic.
yeah,
lighting.
you're looking like an 80s mafia
Check
movie.
out what happens when I drink water. It looks like I'm gonna go into like superpower mode.
He's powering up. It's over 9,000. I could see what you're talking about because one of the things that I liked with Wicked is it still kind of felt like a stage play, like the sets and sort of things. Like it still kind of felt somewhat limiting as if it's like on a stage, but so there was a lot of like CGI and backgrounds and stuff like that were used, but practical sets. Like the library scene is, I think it's Dancing Through Life is the song. Absolutely incredible, and it's all a practical set. But I can see how like with the CGI and everything that they're doing, and like it has probably more of like a flat lighting thing to it. But it didn't bother me much. Like I said, I like the aesthetic of it. Because it kind of reminded me, you know how when you watch The Wizard of Oz, you know it's on a stage?
Yes, yeah. I was actually thinking about The Wizard of Oz, yeah.
It kind of gives that vibe again. It's not the same. It's not near, like, it's not same quality or anything like that, but it's reminiscent, so it feels like it's still kind of part of that same world. So I like it, but I can see why people would have problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll still watch it.
Highly recommend. The songs are great. I got chills multiple times. Like it's like, ooh, that's good. All right. You guys ready to hear that theme song after a couple weeks?
Oh my gosh, yes, we missed it last week.
I'm
we
so
did great last week.
Yeah,
I
our
haven't.
rendition of it was really top notch.
I really, I really want to watch that one. Like I was catching pieces of things, and it seemed like you guys were doing great, like having a really good time. So I'm sorry I missed it. I'm gonna do my best not to bring up anything from Boondock Saints. Maybe at the end when we're closing out, I'll ask you guys. But yeah, I'm glad you guys had a good time, and I appreciate you doing the show.
Yeah, of course.
We did our best.
You guys did amazing, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Oh, that's what it sounds like.
We nailed.
Welcome to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into tonight's movie, Wicked Little Letters. I am, of course, Matt, joined tonight by Brian in the Noki shirt, which is always a good sign, a.k.a. as Foxy Ass Titless Turnip. Oh, this is going to be a fun start. Okay. Oh, man.
Did you say AKA as?
I did. So also known as.
AKA AK.
Someone is up to no good tonight, and we're not gonna let her get away with it.
Ooh, he called you out, Jen. Speaking
That
of,
deserves an applause.
Jen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but like,
That was good.
Jen got some heat on that because she's the only girl in the group.
What did I do?
I don't think he meant you, Jen, but you know, it's all good. Welcome, Jen. You've got the big
Kiwi.
bowl tonight. I like it, and I can't say it looks appetizing because from my angle, it's kind of brown.
It's chili.
Okay, then it's the good kind of brown.
Yeah, it's chili. But then of course there's like cabbage and stuff under it.
Gosh, Brian, you guys are laughing at me, and I'm realizing what I said. I apologize the way that could be taken. Yes, sorry.
All good.
Not the intention. Food. All food. This is all.
I mean, to be honest, I thought she was taking down some chocolate pudding. So
Well, Matt, your first brown, it will become that.
Jesus. Okay, no more brown talk.
blaming GI.
Oh, Jesus. All of our foxy asses will be burning tomorrow. But Jen, thank you. I hope you enjoy your chili.
Never again will I eat chili on this show.
We ruined it. We ruined it for her. But we have Nick joining us as well in the Green Day shirt with the foxy as.
I'm a foxy ass.
Yeah.
Foxy ass. Gotta say it in like Eddie Murphy, like foxy ass.
I'm getting Beyonce vibes from Goldmember.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman. Yeah,
That's what you're getting.
that's the way
That's
he's
what I
saying
got too. I got that too.
I'm getting a little bit different.
it. Okay.
I'm getting the Z Boys. Double the Z, double the flavor.
What?
Oh, what's that from?
What is that?
I know I've seen it.
Yeah.
This sounds very familiar, but you said Z Boys, and I went straight to the skateboarders. What is it?
What is it from?
Anyone? No.
Mm-mm.
Do you have other?
Anybody
Do you
in
have
the
other
chat?
quotes?
Rock of Ages.
Oh my god! The one musical that you quote and reference all the time that I'm like,
It's amazing how much of it is in me. But yeah, when he's like Foxy Ass, and I'm like, ooh, Z Boys, double the Z, double the flavor.
I've really got to watch that movie again. I didn't love it the
You haven't
first
seen it
time.
yet?
I saw it one time and I didn't love it, but like,
Dude, Tom Cruise is out of his mind in that movie.
yeah, he
It's
is
so funny.
bonkers. But Jen, because I felt bad leaving your shirt out, Too Fit to Quit, love it, staying strong.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, welcome guys. We're sure to have a wonderful chat tonight. This was my pick, Wicked Little Letters, and I don't have like some big meaningful reason for why I picked this. It was one of those things where I saw the trailer on Netflix and I was like, oh, what's this? It seems interesting. Watched the trailer and it was like, oh, this seems fun. And I kind of like my dark comedies. And this wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but I thought this would just be kind of like a fun one, something that I guaranteed none of us have really seen, but hopefully something we could all enjoy and get some laughs at. If nothing else, a whole new lexicon of curse words to use. So we're definitely solid on new ways to swear. But yeah, like I said, no major reason for why I picked this one other than just trying to pick something new, something that is newer as far as when it was released. This is a couple of years ago, so yeah, hoping this was a first watch for you guys and hoping we all enjoyed it. But anybody want to go first for thoughts, opinions?
I'll go.
Shut it right up. Okay.
Yeah, Wicked Little Letters is first time watch, never heard of it, and it just, when I first heard the title, it made me picture the scene of in Harry Potter when all of the Hogwarts acceptance letters are flying through the fireplace. It just gave me that kind of a vibe, or like the howling,
The Howlers.
the howlers, yeah, like it made me think of that. So kind of in like the same kind of genre period time, so I like that, but had no idea what the movie was about, what it was going to be. I just read the little synopsis. It was going to be some kind of like a mystery whodunit kind of thing, and I was like, okay, this should be delightful. And it's a fun movie. It's really well made. I think one of the best things about it is the writing. I think every line, every page of script is just excellently written. And it's not even just like the raunchy insult, of the movie, but just everyone's dialogue is really well written, and like you could tell it wasn't just like some indie college, film festival kind of movie. It was really well thought out, and like the actors are great. The setting is perfect. The period is was really interesting, and so yeah, it was a fun little mystery. It wasn't like too hard to like too complex of a story to piece together. It was just kind of like you're along for the ride, and they'll kind of put a bow tie on it for you at the end, which I enjoyed. So yeah, great movie. I'd recommend it to people. I think Sammy's gonna watch it tonight. So yeah, I gave this one a 4.5 out of 5.
Nice. Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm still trying to keep my thoughts to myself at the moment.
Your volume is really low, Matt.
I'm talking lower.
Oh, okay. Still, your volume's low.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Yes. You're welcome, Matthew.
Anybody want to go next?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Jim.
And so, never seen Wicked Little Letters, never even heard of it, and kind of like Nick, I just saw it's like a whodunit, so I was like, oh, there we go. And there was nothing. I mean, you can't expect a movie like this. This is a very unpredictable movie, but I really enjoyed it. The beginning was a little off for me, so I did dock my points on that. But this movie is a great, like, I couldn't help when I was watching it but think about how this is like trolling on social media in the 1900s. and then like the little curse war just brought me back to my own childhood. So we went through all generations over here watching this movie.
Late 1900s to the early 2000s, all the
Jen's over here
generations.
having like MySpace top 8 PTSD.
World War I to MySpace.
We were all over the map. but it was really funny. I mean, you just put the British accent on anything and it's instantly funnier to me. I just love it so much. I don't know if it's counted as British humor per se, but I'm going with it. I'm calling it British humor. And it was just very enjoyable and a light-hearted movie. And I will give it a 4.7.
Wow. Okay.
Is it British or is it Irish?
Bet y'all were.
It's technically a British story. She just happens to be Irish.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like that's why she's picked on. Just kidding.
All right. Well, like you guys, I have never heard of this movie until Matt brought it to my attention. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. I think they needed to use a different pen. I don't know. I'm really shocked to hear the way what your guys' comments are because my takeaway on this was not anywhere close to it. This movie was crap. I just did not like it at all. First of all, the concept of it seems so pointless. I'm just like, if the letters bother you, burn them. Don't even open them. Like, it's just there's so many other things that we can do here. The story seemed dumb. Everything about it just was nonchalant to me almost. And I've watched it twice. I was like, okay, maybe the first time it was just like little, kind of raw, and you just needed a second time. The second time was putting me to sleep almost every 5 minutes. I'm like, no, okay, this movie just really is not for me. There are some things that I did like. The performance of, I think it's Jessie Buckley, who plays Rose, I think is what really saved the movie for me. If it wasn't for her performance, this probably would have been, I would say, the lowest movie I've ever rated. So she's a saver. It'll be really interesting seeing how highly praised Nick and Jen are. And I even tried writing notes. I couldn't even get any notes out. I'm like, I've got nothing. I've got no scenes that I want to talk about. Nothing is really jumping out at me. No head scratchers because of how simplistic this thing is. No, I mean nitpicks. I mean, sure, we can get into that, but if I'm not writing anything else down, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a no-note night, which is fine. And we'll see what happens. But I gave this one a 2.4.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll be interested to hear the stuff that you didn't like about this. Because I did. I really enjoyed this movie. I was laughing a lot. I like the story. I agree with you that it's pretty simplistic in what's going on. Actually, Jen, you bringing up the like social media aspect of it. It's like you say, if the letters bother you so much, don't open them. It's the same thing of like, well, if you don't like the comments, don't read them. But
right.
It's just it's human nature. We want to know. So I liked this a lot. I really enjoyed it. The big thing that I appreciated from this was it kind of highlighted a lot of like the female perspective and like what women are struggling with during this time period of trying to get that equality, and how they can be kind of portrayed and misinterpreted and how just mistreated really. So I liked that aspect of this. I thought it was really funny. I liked that even the courtroom part of it kept me on my toes and was like, oh wow. And they threw another little curveball at me where you kind of know what to expect with certain things. And when it comes to fruition, it's like, okay, I knew that was going to happen. And then they hit you with a little thing. It was like, oh, but wait, there's more. So I appreciated that about this. And the acting is absolutely phenomenal. What's her name? Olivia Colman, who plays, what is her name? Edith. She's absolutely incredible. I know her mostly as a comedian and stuff, and seeing her on like British game shows and things. She's absolutely hilarious. But this was her being very serious, and the subtleties of how her face would change in a moment based off of who was talking to her and how they were talking to her. Just absolutely incredible. And like you said, Jessie Buckley was incredible as well. And actually, huge shout out to Anjana Vasan, I think, who played the constable, the female police officer. I'm blanking on her name. We'll get them down soon. But she was incredible too. I really enjoyed her, and just those moments of frustration. She was like, Lord, give me strength. And then she'd go back in and was like, okay, do the job, do the job, do the job. So yeah, really enjoyed this. Jen, before I get my score, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to tell my brother, like, there was a comment that he made, and it's like, keep in mind of like the era that this is in. Like, you're like, just throw the letters away. It's like, that was like a big fat no in those times. Like, that was known as like evil. And so these people, especially like very religious people, are receiving these letters, and they're probably thinking, oh my God, Satan is after me. So it's like, for them to just be like, oh, I'll ignore it. They can't. And maybe that might help. I think understanding like the time that this is placed in may help you understand the movie a little bit better. If that makes sense. Maybe raise your score a little.
I get what you're saying. I think ultimately this movie is not for the thick-skinned. And as you all know, I have incredibly thick skin. It is so hard to get under my skin. If like you insult me, I'm just like, cool. That's all you got. Like, I've been called everything under the sun, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna move on. Like, that's just who I am. And when you're like looking at and reading these letters, like if someone were to read me that letter, I would bust up. I was like, oh, this is great stand-up comedy. Like, just keep it coming, because this is supposed to insult me. This is a joke. Like, you foxy ass, your kitten should burn in hell. I'm like, sure. That's what you're coming at me with. Like, I mean, there's other insults and everything, but it's just not for the thick skin. It's too to me, I just couldn't take it seriously at all.
You're not supposed to.
But they did. That's the thing. The problem is they made it seem like this is like, it's a true story. And so the problem is they made it seem like, okay, you need to make this, you need to take this like this happened. Even in the very beginning, like that warning, which, we'll talk about in the beginning when we talk about the beginning.
Every time.
It gives the warning, and so I'm like, all right, so you're telling me that this is like a true story, so try to take it seriously, but then this is the delivery that you give me. It's really hard for the thick-skinned people. I'm sorry.
I do think that the intention is like, yes, this is a true story, and like these things happened, and it is ridiculous. You're supposed to laugh at this, but this was the reality at the time. So it's, in a way, it's telling the true story. And that's where like the dark comedy of it is. It's like, yes, this really happened. Lives were ruined. People died. Like, it was not an easy situation for these people. And it was dramatic at the time. But delivering it to us and for our perspective, it's like, you are supposed to laugh at this. You're supposed to see that this is a ridiculous situation that escalated to the point that like it got national news, and the entire like British Empire was like, what's going on with this small town and these wicked letters? Like, it became such a big thing. And also, like, again, I really like that you brought up the social media side of things with it, Jen, because it really highlights like this is still technically something that we're dealing with, and it's just as ridiculous now as it was back then. Like, we give these people this kind of power.
Humans don't evolve.
People aren't people aren't like having to go to court for it. Like, that was shocking for me. It's like to see that they were actually being like, I don't know the word, but they were in court because of this. And I was like, wow, imagine it, like maybe like trial sentence. Like, it was a big thing. Like, she was gonna go to prison.
Yeah.
And like nowadays, the freedom of speech is taken advantage over. And now it's like, oh no, you can't touch me. It's my freedom of speech, so I can really say whatever I want with no just like regard to how it affects you or your family, your life.
Yeah.
Human nature is the same no matter what era of technology we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Well, and it's sad, like you said, we do not evolve.
No.
we hit a certain point and we're just like, nah, we're perfect. We don't need to get better.
We're gonna start sending wicked little microchips through brains to other people.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
We get faster and dumber. That's what happens.
Yeah. Oh man, sad but true. But yeah, my score was a bit. You guys are making me question a little bit, but feeling like I should maybe have gone a little bit higher. But I gave it a 4.3. I really did enjoy this. I didn't think it was so phenomenal that it deserved a higher score necessarily.
What did you give it?
4.3.
4.3.
4.3.
Okay.
But like the cinematography, the acting, writing, like I think this movie has a lot of fantastic elements in it. But it's just, in my opinion, not that close to a perfect movie. But very, very good.
Yeah, it's not like a Hollywood blockbuster, but it's not quite an indie film either. So
No.
it's kind of like that in between.
Yeah, it's funny that I feel like you're trying to imply that like Hollywood blockbusters make them better, but I almost disagree because they're made for the masses, and it's like, this is just for money. It's not quality; it's just spectacle. But anyway, any other comments before we move on?
Nope.
No. Well, it's
I mean,
that
we've gotten some
time.
heated opinions already.
Oh, and
but,
I really
yeah,
am excited about this. And Brian, like I'm not gonna necessarily try and convince you of anything, but I certainly
it's
want
fine.
to know like the things that you didn't like about it. So I'm
And
looking
believe
forward
me,
to the chat.
as you guys know, I'm coming in with an open mind. So
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, maybe
Let's not say wrong.
Okay, fine.
He's coming in with his own wicked little letter.
Yeah.
This movie is a foxy ass turnip nipple.
Yeah. Okay, that was funny. The titless turnip, like that. I don't remember that one specifically, but
Oh, that was
well
in
said.
court, sir.
Was it?
That
I
was
thought
the
it was. I
court.
thought it was after.
Oh, is that the one
was
that they're
court
reading?
letter that was read
God,
aloud.
that's funny.
I'm like, that he did not just read titless turnip. That is so going in my name.
Yeah, to this turn. Yeah, that's right.
That's good. All right. Well, let's do
And
it.
also, can you show me a turnip that has tits?
I think that's what makes it sound so fun is like it's the alliteration of it, the titless turnip.
Yeah.
It just sounds so good. It doesn't make any sense, but neither does calling people a foxy ass. Like that's not an insult.
No.
You foxy
Especially
ass.
like Jackie Brown or something like that.
Yeah. Your foxy ass. Like if it's the 70s, that's the biggest compliment you could give a lady.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Damn, that girl foxy. Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at your foxy ass, girl. Come over here.
Let's bring it
Oh,
back.
nice.
We're bringing foxy ass back.
Yeah.
All right, it's that time.
Hit us with that fun fact song.
Fun facts, fun facts. Sit your butt down cause Brian's in town. Fun facts, fun facts. Here we go now, so let's talk about fun facts.
God, it's good.
So good.
It's good.
Oh, I missed it.
I like the intro. It's one of the, like, I can hit that. You could still say something over it, and then it's just like, all right, we're into it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is March 24th, 2025, as we record this one. You can catch Wicked Little Letters streaming on Netflix right now. It came out in 2023, so just a couple of years back. Directed by Thea Sherrick, I believe. I'm gonna go with that. For me, this was the only movie of hers that I've seen. This is the only movie of hers that I now know of. So, but she has done. It looks like you've got 6 of them. Maybe one of them's not a movie. I'm not really sure, but you've got William Shakespeare As You Like It. Number 5 is Henry V, The Hollow Crown. 4 is The Beautiful Game. 3 is The One and Only Ivan. Number 2, Wicked Little Letters. And number 1 is Me Before You.
That's the only one that I have actually heard of.
Yeah, I've heard of that one too.
I haven't even heard of that one.
It's one where Khaleesi is taking care of a quadriplegic man and they fall in love.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's the most simple way I could describe it. I haven't seen it, but I've been interested. She has a name, but it's more fun calling her Khaleesi. Emilia Clarke.
Yes, you got Emilia Clarke, Sam Claflin.
Yeah. Who's Finnick from the Hunger Games? That's probably the thing I recognize him most from.
Yeah, so those are, I mean, that's what she's done. I haven't, like I said, haven't heard of any of them, but at least you guys have heard of some.
Yeah, she's still young in her career.
Yes. All right, let's cruise into the cast. So we said two of the names already. Olivia Colman, who plays Edith Swan, and Jessie Buckley, who plays Rose Gooding, which I felt both performances were really, really good. I think Jessie's performance was better than Olivia's. She really was intriguing right off the bat and did a great job at showing what it's like to live a I don't give a fuck life.
Yeah.
And you can tell that that's the point of it, and it's to make everyone, all the females, basically jealous of the way that she's living her life. So, I think she played the role really, really well. And then you've got Anhana Vasan, I think I said that right, as Gladys Moss,
Mhm.
or woman police officer Moss. Gotta get the full title there.
Yes.
And then the other one that I'll mention, especially because I'm now a very big Harry Potter fan, is Timothy Small, or I'm sorry, Spall, not Small. Timothy Spall, who plays Edward Swan, Edith's father, who was the oh my god, I forgot his name, and I forgot his character name.
Peter Pettigrew.
Thank you. The rat, right?
Yes. Scabbers.
Yes. Yes, Scabbers, who plays the human role of Scabbers in Azkaban.
Yes.
Anyone have anyone that they want to mention, shout out to, performance, the huge?
Not particularly.
Go, Jen.
Go ahead, Jen. Sorry, you had brought up Harry Potter, and I wanted. There was another actress who was in Harry Potter. I'm just trying to knock down who it was.
Oh, really?
But go ahead, Jen. Let me hunt her down, and then yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Nick. And I really want to give praise to the little girl that played Rose's daughter. I think she did a fantastic job, and I hope to see her in other things in the future. That's it.
Her name is Alicia Weir, who plays Nancy Gooding.
She was in Matilda, the musical, like as Matilda.
Yep.
Oh, I never saw that.
I think it's
That was a thing.
I think it's still on Netflix.
And she's also in Abigail. That just came out in 2024.
Oh, she's a little vampire girl.
She plays Abigail.
Wow, so she's like a king.
She's catching some steam for sure.
Good for her. No, she did a really good job. She's someone to watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Alicia Weir.
Yeah. I did figure it out. So Gemma Jones, who plays Victoria Swan, so the mother, she was Madame Pomfrey in the Harry Potter series. So the nurse.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
What's the actress name?
Gemma Jones.
That was Madame Pomfrey?
Yes.
Well, I mean, what? That's like 20 years ago. Yeah, I guess that would add. Yeah, wow, wow.
And she's had quite a career as well. So
Yeah, a lot of Bridget Jones. Really, really into Bridget Jones here. And would you believe it if I said she was in Shanghai Nights?
Shanghai Nights. Don't tell me she's the queen.
I'm checking right now.
She's been in a lot. She was in The Crown.
What was you said
Oh my God, she is. She's Queen Victoria in Shanghai Nights.
Yeah,
That's
Queen
hilarious.
Victoria. Yep.
That is hilarious.
Yep. And she I haven't seen it, but she's in Rocket Man as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who she is.
Yeah.
She plays, I think her character's name was Ivy, but I'm not super certain on who that is.
That's I did not peg her as Madame Pomfrey at all. Like that went right over my head.
Same. I recognize Timothy Spall like immediately every time I see him, but no, not a chance.
The only thing I will say is he looks very different without all the weight.
Oh yeah, he's definitely lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. I'm like,
which is probably why I didn't.
Your
recognize
face,
him.
I got your face immediately, but that body.
I gotta say, like, because I also think about him in Sweeney Todd, where like it's sorry to say the guy's got very distinctive teeth. Like
Yes, he does.
He's got a very distinctive mouth. I mean, he I can't think of anybody else that really looks like him, but like big, small, it's not easy to to
the closest resemblance I can think of, and I can never remember his name. I just remember his quote, and that's "Hello, Poppet."
Oh, okay. It's always funny when that guy gets brought up because he's in an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
But he's grumpy and Once Upon a Time.
So that's the closest to where I'm like, a little bit of resemblance, but not, but still not like, we're not talking twins here.
Yeah. Lee Ehrenberg is that guy's name.
Yeah, that one just won't stick. I try and I try and I try.
No.
And I'm like, all right. What any other mentions? Performances? Anything? Actors?
I guess while we're on it, the one lady who helped the policewoman, I'm trying to remember her name, but the bigger gal that was all about her eggs. Yes, it was all about her eggs. Anne, yeah. Oh my God.
I think it was Anne.
Anne, yeah. I liked her character so much. I thought she was so fun. And she had a couple of lines that she would just throw out so casual. I think while they're on the bus, she like makes fun of her own hygiene, and she just does it so casually on the bus. And then I think there's a fart. She farts, and the policewoman just like,
Oh yeah.
she's just kind of like, it's not obvious. It's obvious enough. I thought she was hilarious. She was a lot of fun.
You hear the fart, I think, right?
I don't remember hearing it. You just see her. She does like the leg lift kind of thing. Like
I thought I heard it.
I didn't.
She's like the British Melissa McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Paul McCartney's sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I could see it though. Yeah, they have that kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's funny that John mentioned eggs because when she did that, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was like, the box trolls would be really happy right now. It just came to me when I was watching.
Eggs. Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, that was good. Nice little moment of actors there. Okay, we'll cruise into our ratings. This one still didn't do too bad from us. 3.98 out of 5 stars.
You tried to tank me.
I didn't try to tank
You tried to tank me.
I didn't.
It's not a
promise.
4 movie.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't personal vendetta towards you. That I can promise. All right. As far as the rest goes, oh, I'm dragging now. Hang on. Da 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 da. All right. As far as the rest goes, you have IMDb is 7 out of 10. Letterbox is 3.5 uh out of 5. And Roger Ebert is 3 out of 4 stars.
It's like a solid
Most
75%.
most
board.
of the review of Roger Ebert's, it was from Shea O'Malley, which I think I've come into clash with her a couple times off of what she wrote about things, but most of the review was a summary of the movie. So not a lot of this is why I think it's this good. But she did the way that she ended the review, I kind of liked. Quote, what's really interesting is the film's interest in the nasty impulses behind many bullying campaigns, the pettiness, the sheer silliness, and what is the pointness of it all. It's impossible to avoid the feeling that the finger was pointed at Rose Gooding because she committed the unforgivable sin of enjoying her life. How dare she?
What is the point in this?
I love that. Yeah, I was
That's
like,
funny.
talk to me. Like this is exactly how I'm feeling right now. But yeah, so the way that she ended that's a pretty strong ending to the review. But if you guys wanted to um give it a whirl, like I said, a lot of it, like almost 3/4 of it is a summary paraphrasing of the movie. And again, I can't stress this enough. That's not a movie review. That is a movie summary. I want to know why you're rating the score that you're rating. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. Budget was not disclosed, but this movie did make 27.2 million. There were no Oscars, no Golden Globes, no MTVs, no common awards for this one, but I wasn't expecting it.
No Razzies.
No Razzies, no anything.
Any BAFTAs?
What?
Any BAFTAs?
I don't even think there was I can pull it up real quick, but I don't even remember there being BAFTA. It only had 9 nominations total out of all the awards. Only 9 noms. So
Nah, I'm looking at it now. Nothing major.
Irish Film and Television Awards.
Mm.
You got nominated for Best Lead Actress, Jessie Buckley. But she's the only Irish person in the movie. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Looking at all their nominations, they were only nominated. They didn't win anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Best and only Irish actress goes to.
By default ethnicity.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
And then to be honest, I mean, there's really not a lot on the internet about this one. Even if you guys notice on the movie update this morning, it wasn't a GIF that I sent, it was a picture because there are no GIFs of Wicked Little Letters to find. So I'm like, let's get creative. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. But as far as the facts go, you've got in real life, Coleman and Buckley are really good friends. They worked in a movie, prior movie together. Something about the first daughter. Is that it? The only daughters, the something daughter. I have not seen it, but yeah. So this wasn't their first time working together in a movie.
The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter. First daughter, lost daughter, all the same.
It's nice to hear that they were friends in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also it shows a testament to their acting because you would not think it until towards the end.
Yeah.
Edith's part was written for Olivia Colman in mind, and they were really happy that they got it. And then lastly, Jessie Buckley improvised the mooning as she is running away. That was not in the script, and when the moment is there, I guess you just take the shot.
Shoot for the moon.
I laughed at nice. I laughed out loud and was surprised by that moment. Like that was just like unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Most
That's
people
it.
shoot for the stars. She shot for the moon.
Yeah,
on, you got
that's
one more
all-
moon pun
that's
in you,
all
go for it.
the good interesting. Oh, except for the other one, I forgot. Moss was the actual first female police officer.
Huh?
Yeah.
In
Real life movie, all of it is factual.
Not
wait,
all
real
of
life.
it.
What
So not all of it.
what do you know that I don't?
Well, she wasn't an Indian woman.
Oh, okay. Got it.
She was, like not all of it's true.
Okay, fine. But she was the first female officer
Yes.
in Littlehampton.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the actress. It was like first, like
No,
in
no,
her
no, no,
family.
No, Gladys Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anyone find out anything that I didn't mention about this movie or have any fun facts?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to scan
Not
through
for me.
IMDb again. There was something about the female police officer thing that I read, but it might have been something else. It was weirdly enough about. I can't remember if it was about the actual first female police officer or if it was about the first Indian female police officer.
Yeah, because other things were saying, although the events happened in Littlehampton, the filming was not done in Littlehampton.
Mm-hmm. There were little things that they were saying historically was not true.
Yeah.
Like apparently in real life, the letters were actually signed RG or R, kind of implying that it was Rose Gooding.
Mm.
Although the first female police officer Smith, she was one of the first. Yes. Okay. Yeah. The fact that I thought was interesting was just a real shame, but it's more specific to the first female Indian police officer, which was in 1971 to 1973.
Oh, it was first female.
The first female Indian police officer.
Indian police officer. Okay.
Yeah, she only got to serve for 2 years, and this is like a sad story, is how it turns out. But essentially, her husband did not approve of her taking the job, and she tried to arrest him at some point. They had a violent altercation. She tried to arrest him, and he ended up stabbing her in the neck and killing her.
Oh,
yeah. So it was like it's a really sad story
that
for how that turned out.
escalated.
Yeah, really sad story for how that turned out for her.
Wait, she was arresting him for something else, or
She was arresting him for what I could just only assume as assaulting a police officer.
like
and
her or another?
Her, they were having a fight.
Mm.
So the way that it reads out is talking about her and her husband had a violent altercation. He had a violent altercation with her, and when she tried to arrest him, he stabbed her in the neck. He was condemned to a life sentence. So, yeah, they had some sort of fight that led to him stabbing her, and
That's crazy.
it's terrible.
Humans don't evolve.
Just sad that we should get better. We should be better, folks. It's 2025. No, I don't think I have any, all the other
Sorry?
stuff is just very minimal things and just kind of pinpointing inaccuracies and giving the actual facts and stuff. But
Yeah.
No, I think that's about it.
All right.
Well, on that note, do we want to take a quick break? Everybody get something to drink and go to the bathroom, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
On that depressing note, yes.
Yeah. It's not a Matt fun fact if it doesn't leave us all sad.
It's a sad fact.
Yeah.
Your
Anyway.
brother would be proud.
Right? I got to live up to the Kugler name. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. Just me and Kiwi. We're all alone. There's no one here beside us. I'm over here, Kiwi. Oh, she's ignoring
How is Jamie doing, Matt?
She's good. It's been the first few days and everything were really hard, but no, she's doing all right.
Oh. I saw like a really funny, I guess a meme with a bunny, and I was like, probably not. But do you want to hear it?
Yes.
So it's like this bunny. So you have like it's like a split screen, like a top and bottom, and there's a bunny in the left hand corner, and there's IHOP, and it's just this storyline of a bunny being so upset because he's never seen it actually hop. It's like, no, you don't. It's like, you lying son of a bitch! Like you've never hopped ever, and then it just gets like angrier and angrier. It's so funny.
Is this like a drawing of a bunny, or is it an actual bunny getting like angry looking?
It's like it's just like a bunny, like the face stays the same, but like there's words and it just gets angry.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Oh, I love it. No, she's been doing good, and it's kind of one of those things where we catch ourselves in certain moments of like, oh yeah. And like it just those little sad moments, but doing okay. Definitely missed the little guy.
Yeah, he was a sweetheart.
He was so great. I love Jazzy. Like it's weird not having a pet in the house anymore.
Yeah.
And like I miss it, but I know that she's not ready for another pet, and like totally fair.
Yeah, but that's few months.
Yeah, but it's like I need a little guy to love.
Yeah, you gotta go to that like the pet shelter just to visit.
Yeah. Well, so my boss actually brought it up where there's a bunch of like shelters and things where you can do like temporary fostering and that kind of a thing. So it's like, hell yeah, that would be nice, like to have an animal for a little while, kind of get them somewhat housebroken, and it's like, all right, somebody wants this animal.
You
okay,
always choose to adopt it yourself.
Could. That feels like it'd be more of a selling point though. Like I'd have to really push for that.
Yes, yeah. I had a friend when I lived in Monterey, and she had like her own grooming business, and she already had like a lot of dogs, but she'd also foster on the side and also babysit. So it was like pet central. And it got to the point where she's like, I don't know if I should keep fostering. She's like, because I have adopted like 3 of them. And I was like, well, that's not the point of fostering.
Just gonna run out of room.
Yeah.
But no, I would probably be the same way if I started fostering animals and like, okay, let's just keep this one. We'll bring in another foster. We'll just keep that one too. Like, end up with a friggin' farm, and it's like, I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I know how it happened.
had a big enough house for it, so we're good.
Yeah. I just feel bad because we don't have much of a yard. Like we do have a front yard and stuff, and my neighbors have animals. They have dogs and stuff, and they get to run around and play. But it's just not a big yard, and I don't have the time to like take a dog out and let it just run, let it go nuts. So I feel bad about that, but I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can convince a cat. I've never had a cat.
Yeah.
I've never had a cat before.
They're very low maintenance
That's what I hear.
compared
but,
to a dog. Compared to a dog.
But the thing that always kind of makes me nervous about cats. I shouldn't say nervous, but like kind of dislike about cats is like the litter box. Yes. She ignored me. No, I'm not sorry.
He didn't mean it.
But yeah, like the dealing with the litter box and all that stuff is like just kind of obnoxious, but it's not so bad. But I like that people have come up with ideas for like how to hide the litter box so it's like more discreet, and it's like, okay, a cat can go do their business and be out of sight.
Yeah.
Like you get your privacy and we don't have to watch it happen. So I like that kind of stuff. I've seen a lot of really cool things that people have, like little DIY projects of how people have built ways of kind of hiding the litter box, but still being accessible to clean it out and all that.
And they have boxes now too that just like look like tables or pieces of furniture. Weird.
Yeah. I like that kind of a thing. So it's make it feel more functional than just like here's where they go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I was before I was moving out here, I to this house. I was thinking about getting a cat and that kind of a thing for same reasons of like just kind of wanting a pet and come home to something. And I was looking at like cat trees. I saw some really cool ones that look like big trees, like willow trees kind of a thing with like big pads and stuff on them. I'm like, oh, this is like, it's
cool.
feeding my fairyland fantasies of getting this beautiful tree and just watching a cat chilling on it. So it's like, oh man, I'd have to get something this cool.
That's super. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Don't tell Kiwi.
Not for you. Not for you. You ignored me, Kiwi.
She doesn't use the tree that she does have. So the couch is her tree. The couch is her scratching post. It's her tree. It's everything but the toilet. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh
she knows to protect it to a certain degree.
She has wrecked this couch.
I feel like that's the hardest thing. I've seen people do stuff where they cover up the armrest of the chairs with like the scratching post or whatever, like that rope material, so that they can just keep scratching the couch, but now you're scratching what you're supposed to be scratching.
Right. Yeah. It's too late for that.
But it seems like such a hard thing to like break a cat of doing. It's like they start doing it and you're like, no, and they're like, but I'm gonna keep doing it. It's like, no. But why? Like, stop yelling at me. I'm going to keep doing this.
Pretty much. Once I started working full time, she's like, okay.
Yeah. You're not here to watch me all day. Ha 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 ha.
So funny. Yeah, talking about.
I'm hearing a beeping, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Do you have enough for everyone?
It's a brookie.
Oh, a brookie.
Trader Joe's.
That looks like enough for everyone.
Are you spoiling your appetite before ice cream, or is this just like the little snack?
Post dessert, man.
Is it post dessert
or post dinner dessert?
So
you eat fast. It's insane. Like he's had his meal and now dessert all within our break times.
Yeah, it's like just it's a small little treat right after dessert. I love doing it. I mean, after dinner.
It's a small little treat after dessert. I'm the same way. I have
Do you know
only-
what I was thinking?
Jamie's looking
I
up,
was on
that's
my way
what
to
it
work,
is.
and I realized how sad it was that we didn't have our theme song last week, because it was the one time our theme song actually goes with the theme of the movie. I'm like, oh, that c'est la vie.
It happens. It happens.
It happens.
Okay.
Nick, were you showing us your chicken nuggets?
You're muted.
You were showing us your nuggets.
I don't want to see Nick's nuggets.
He
his
was like
little
this.
dino nuggets. Yeah.
Look at those titless turnips. Does he know he's muted?
I think he can't figure out if he's muted or not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think my Zoom had to reset.
There you are. You're back.
Sorry. Well, because my microphone was muted, but I didn't realize that was muted. No,
Hmm.
these are cookies. I
Those
got
are cookies?
Oh, they look like
tiny
chicken
little cookies. Yeah, yeah,
Those are cookies?
yeah. These are tiny little cookies.
Wow.
Yeah, my aunt made them. They're
I get it.
white
If they're
chip
small, they don't
macadamia
count.
nut. She made small
Ooh.
ones.
Macadamia nut. Nice. Those go great with coffee.
Mm. I could use a cold iced decaf right now. That sounds good.
That's what I'm making on our next break. Not ice though,
Mm.
but a decaf.
It's too hot.
All
having
the
ice
coffee
cream.
I ever have now is half calf, and it's like,
You're like I need the whole calf.
I want the full caffeine, but
I'm not
we're
sure
a half calf
if my
household.
is decaf.
What was that?
I'm not sure if my decaf is decaf. Like there is something in it. Because I feel always alert and awake.
I mean, I feel like there's no such thing as like a no caffeine decaf, but it's minimal.
Yeah.
So you're probably getting a little something.
Gotta get our hit.
Yeah.
Gotta get my drug.
All right, we're all back. We all got our treats. I'm gonna hit that theme song. Brian was waiting with the prop just so that he could do this. Like he's got nothing to write, but he's like, I love it. He was ready for it. Welcome back to GoodFlickas,
was
home of the
wicked.
Good Flick. It was wicked. It's a red pen too. I noticed. Welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into Wicked Little Letters. And what better place to start than the very beginning? A very good place to start. I like the intro to this in the sense of it doesn't say based on a true story. I actually really appreciated that it had like a nice little twist on the saying, and it was like, what is it? It actually reads, "This is more true than you'd think."
Yeah.
I like that. It implies, yes, we've embellished. It's not a true story, but it is definitely based on some facts. I liked it. I like that so much to start this off, and it's done in the nice little handwriting and everything. Really enjoyed it. Now this is actually where I fall off. Jin, I think you mentioned you didn't like the intro so much.
Yeah.
I don't remember it as well. Like I remember that little writing at the beginning and then it kind of starting, but I don't remember how it actually starts. Was it with them at the table and it's like Edith and they're talking about the letter?
I think so, yeah. Like that one officer, the younger one, isn't there talking.
It's just the family talking. Okay, because it starts off where it says the 19th
It says
letter, right?
19th letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it actually starts with them in the post office. where you can see all the letters.
Mm. It follows the mail delivery, and then it drops and says the 19th
Yeah.
letter. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, can I just say before I forget, I love when they say post it, because again, the social media connection.
Oh yeah.
Just post it. Post it. I was like, we really haven't changed.
No, we just changed the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nick, I believe your line is no.
What?
Okay.
Humans don't evolve.
humans don't evolve.
Humans don't evolve. You say like a Jim Carrey accent, like humans don't evolve.
Just get bigger and bigger with it as the night goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I going off of them sitting around the table talking about the 19th letter. This may feel like an odd way to start things because it's a very dry opening. There's not a whole lot of context for things, especially if you didn't watch the trailer for this. It just kind of throws you 19th letter. I'm like, well, what does that mean? And then they start kind of discussing what the letter is, and I was actually a bit confused at first where when Edith is calling her dad father and everything, and they're talking about the Bible and religion and all the like I want to be a good example and doing all that stuff. I thought that Edith was talking to a nun and a priest, not her parents. Like that was the vibe that I was getting. And it took me a minute to realize, I'm like, oh, this is her dad. And that's why she's calling him father, not as in priest. And it's kind of when he lost his shit and he was like, no, we're doing this. You're doing this. Like, and he storms off and goes to the police. So I could see how this is kind of an off-putting start to a movie for most people. But when I think of like the dry humor, the way that British television and movies have kind of gone about that I've seen and enjoyed, I'm like, it's pretty on par. And I think it still does a good job of kind of introing you to what's going on. It's immediately dropping you into the letters. It's just, this is shit has hit the fan letter is what's going on. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent start, but a bit confusing. So it could have been smoother.
Yeah, I felt like we were like pushed into the pool. Like we weren't prepared and we're just time to go. And that's not a fun way to start.
It's like getting shoved in the pool when you still have the phone in your pocket. You're like, no, wait.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm not ready.
I haven't even tested the water.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the intro? I don't think there's much more to like really dive into.
It goes by pretty quick. It just kind of puts you right in it.
Yeah.
It's not this like elaborate setup of like, you might be wondering how we got here. It just puts you right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to go any further into the scene? Because we could stretch this intro out, or we could keep it as kind of them talking about the letter around the table, or we could go further into it of when they bring in the policeman. But I'll leave that up to you guys. We always kind of debate a little bit onto what the actual intro is.
If you think about it, this entire movie has very short scenes there's no like long drawn out scene. It's a lot of fast cuts, fast edits.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I did notice. That's probably why I was struggling so hard to write down notes, because I was like, we just went through 4 different scenes in a matter of like 5 minutes. Type, it's very, very quick.
Yeah. Particularly for me, at least halfway through the movie, I started getting like Wes Anderson vibes.
Yes.
Like everything kind of felt like it was being done as a Wes Anderson movie. Like I think if Wes Anderson took this movie, it would be really good too. But like that's kind of the vibe I was getting, where like you're saying, it's those quick cuts. It's like things are happening really fast, like quick dialogue, bop, 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 and then we move on, and here's the next thing. Like it's just it transitions very quickly.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy that, but it was also like it just felt like Wes Anderson, and that's not what I was prepared for. Not that it was a bad thing. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I just kind of want to add a little bit. I think with this movie, there's not a whole lot of different locations. Like most of the movie is shot in like 4 spots. And so you see the locations are repeated numerous times, but at different parts of the story. So it when you're trying to remember it, it kind of blends in a little bit. Because there's like a lot of movies, you know, you have like this one scene and then that it's so different from the next scene because you never go back to that location. This movie goes back and forth a lot. And I don't know, I guess maybe that's just a certain style. One of my nana's knocking at the door.
Does she have
Did she bring flowers?
I don't know if he muted us. Yeah.
I'll just keep waiting.
Can I talk? Should I talk?
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know if he muted us, and I feel awkward if we're talking. We'll ask. We'll just ask.
Okay.
I'm guessing based off of that look, no, he did not mute us.
What?
Could you guys hear us that whole time?
No, I heard someone say something, but I was.
We were trying not to talk because we
weren't
knew
sure
you
what
guys
to
were
do.
having a conversation. We're like, we don't want to talk.
Oh no, I
over
muted
them.
my microphone, so I.
We couldn't hear you, but could you hear us? Was what we were worried about.
Oh, I mean, I probably heard you guys talking about it. Hear what you were saying.
Okay,
So,
so,
yeah.
yes.
We did the
thank
right
you.
thing,
Yes.
guys. We stayed
Yeah.
quiet to be polite.
We all
Um,
tried to wave at your Nana, but she didn't see us.
She just wanted to make sure that I took out the compost with the green waste tonight for the cans. So
Wow.
That's right. Do your chores.
yeah, and then she
hate
was
that-
showing me pictures
hate
of
that
her
word, but whatever.
grandparents from like the 1930s and when her parents were kids and like the 1920s around this time when this movie.
Oh, around
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
I wonder if they knew of the scandal.
Yeah.
If it made it so,
I'm sure
it made
her
its way
parents were
overseas.
around for it.
The one thing that I'll mention because Nick was kind of talking about like different locations.
Yeah.
What really threw me off is it's towards the beginning. The minute the father leaves, I forgot what is his name, Mr. Swan. It just might
think-
be Mr.
yeah.
Swan, honestly.
I don't remember if they gave him a real name.
I don't think they did. I think it's just Miss. Anyway, the minute Mr.
Edward.
Swan leaves, Edward. Okay. Edith Edward. Wow. Just
Edith
really keeping it
Edward.
close, huh?
And Victoria Swan.
Okay. The minute he leaves to walk to the police station, all of a sudden you just see nothing but ocean in the background, and you're like, I didn't think you were that like with the way it started. It doesn't seem like it's an ocean front area by any means, and it really took me. I was like, that's ocean. When did we get to the ocean?
Like you thought we were inland.
Yeah, it definitely seemed way more inland, like, small town village, cottage, in a quiet village.
That's
type
in
thing.
France.
What?
That's in France.
Yeah, people are gonna start coming up singing bonjour, all that stuff. Like, and then all of a sudden he's walking and there's just like ocean. I'm like, okay, you got me on that one.
You realize the entire country is surrounded by ocean.
No,
What? No?
I didn't.
You didn't know that Britain was surrounded by ocean?
Maybe I did. I don't know.
It's-
Possibly.
Most
was-
countries are
I
not
don't even know where
completely
Little
surrounded by
Hampton is,
water.
to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is Little Hampton near Southampton?
Oh, God!
Because
If we
Titanic-
start,
I just know Farhampton, and that's
All right.
America.
Little Hampton, UK.
I can only so it's so weird. Like because England has a bunch of those tiny little like villages and things, and they
Yeah.
all have very similar names. Like you're saying, like Farhampton, Littlehampton, Southampton, Northampton, and Hamptonshire, or like they have all of these names, and there's so many of them. I can't keep track of any of it, and the fact that like when you compare England to like the United States, it's ridiculous how many little things that they've got packed into this country.
Yeah.
I hope Nick is pulling up like a map of England and it's showing all of the Hamptons.
Yeah, so there's Littlehampton is so they mentioned the city of Worthing in this movie, right? I think I hear them say it once.
Probably.
Littlehampton is right next to Worthing, which both are directly right next to the ocean.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say Worthingham?
No, just Worthing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it definitely threw me off because with the way it started, it didn't seem like they were anywhere near an ocean. Like you just didn't get an ocean vibe. You know how like if you go to Santa Cruz or you go to Monterey, or I mean, well, you can totally see the ocean at that point. That's a pretty bad example. I don't know. But you get these vibes where you can just tell you're near an ocean city.
Mm.
This one I just wasn't getting it, and then all of a sudden he's just walking by the ocean. I'm like, well, you got me on that one.
I mean, this is right after World War One. I don't imagine you're getting too many beach towns, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So this film was filmed in a town called Arundel, which is just like 30 minutes north of Littlehampton, and it's right by the ocean too. So,
Okay.
Say Arundel, like
Yep.
as in like
Arundel,
Arundel.
Arundel.
Okay,
Like Anna Elsa?
that's what I was getting at. It was like, we're back in Arundel.
Yeah.
Aaron.
No, it's probably
Arundel.
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 Brits are gonna
Oh, Arnold
start cussing
Schwarzenegger
us out, man.
I really
No,
want Arnold Schwarzenegger to say UK cities in his accent.
Oh, man.
That brings me to a scene. Are we there yet?
It's memories technically. but
Memories. Unless
This
it's
is
a
a memory
memory.
for you, yeah.
It's not. I'd
You
be
can sneak that in.
lying if I said it was.
Drop it anyway, Jen.
Well, it just reminded me of like it says "die slut."
Yeah.
She's looking at it. She's German.
It's German.
This loot?
It cracked me up. I was like, what?
I wrote that bit down too. I thought it was hilarious.
It was so funny. There's nothing that says German. Shows German.
It's because if you can pronounce it to make it sound like German.
Well, it was
You can call it like dice loot.
Die Slut.
Oh, I guess you're right. But I was cracking up. That made me laugh.
I thought that was hilarious. She had some great moments with her daughter. I did appreciate those. Like that being one where it's like they walk up to the house and they see that written there and she's just like, it's German. And then they just push on like it's no big deal. All
She
right.
had a great accent.
Who, Jessie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Loved
yeah.
her accent.
Her Irish accent's fantastic. I shouldn't
It's
say like it's like
incredible.
her accent because she's
yeah.
Irish, but I mean like it is fantastic. Yeah, memories. Who's got our first memory?
Jen does.
Okay.
So when I think of this movie, all I think about is potty mouth.
Potty mouth.
Yeah.
Fair.
There's so much cursing and swearing in this. And that would be the first thing that if somebody says big little letters, I would be like,
Go ahead, Brian.
Mind it has to be Foxy ass.
Foxy. Specifically Foxy ass.
It has to be.
Oh, oh man. Oh well, with that in mind, part of my memory, it's that confrontation between Rose and Edith right before she drops the letter off, and she's like, it's Edith letting it out, like she's physically just letting out the swear words that Rose has pushed her to do. So the potty mouth, her dropping it all. But when Rose calls her out and she's like, why do you always say foxy ass? Like that's like she calls her out for the foxy ass. But
Yeah, nobody cusses like that.
yeah, but it was, oh God, the moment when Edith is letting it all out, like she's saying it all out loud and she's like, she's enjoying it. Like you can see the joy, but at the same time, it's very cathartic of like, she's getting to let it out. She's not having to write it down. She can say the words. I liked it. It was fun watching Olivia Colman, who's apparently known for swearing very, casually in interviews and things. Like seeing her as this like super repressed Christian woman who like cannot say these words is letting it all out, and she's just like seeing the excitement on her face, like she's never said these words before, was fantastic and cracking me up. Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, just to add to the scene that you were talking about, when she does let it out, and then it cuts to Rose, and she smirks, and then the way she says "better."
Yeah.
It really like that just I don't know. I was like, oh, that was a really good line read to where you can just see how happy Rose was that Edith has entered this new side of personality that she, hadn't had before, and just the way she goes, she's like, better, like everything. Yeah, it was really good.
Jesse's got this thing. That crooked smile that she does. Yes. That's very much her. Like I was looking at some of her pictures on IMDb and stuff, and she's still making that smile, like that super crooked smirk where she like really pulls it to the side. That is very much her, but it fits this character so well too. Yes. Like that, like you said, that moment when she's letting it out and she's giving her lessons on how to swear, and she gives it right back to her, and they're both kind of in this moment of like, that was good. Yeah, I liked it a lot, and for the characters too. What I really appreciated about that moment was like they had that friendship at the beginning, and this was them kind of like joining back, like coming back together as a friendship. And for Rose, it was really about her pushing Edith to kind of be like, you be a strong woman. You have it within you. Somebody or something is holding you back from being the woman that you are, the woman that you're supposed to be. Let it out. Be bold. Like that's what she represents, is like, I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm not afraid to live my life. It's like, that's what she's trying to get Edith to do. And she finally pushes her to that point. And it's like, yes. Like, so I take that better, not only as like your swearing has gotten better, but like, do you feel better? Mm-hmm. Like you're letting it out. You were revealing yourself again. So it's a really good moment. And then you get the Sherlock Holmes aspect of the invisible ink coming into play. I'm like, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. I guess my first memory is it's actually kind of the ending. When Edith is swearing and cussing out her dad.
Oh, it's the best.
And then she just starts laughing. Like the maniacal slow build laugh when she gets into the trolley or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, whoa, this bitch crazy.
It's a cackle.
Like, damn. It's like obviously she's got like some kind of borderline personality disorder or something, but I was like, damn, like she is not right in the head. And like that's what I was like, that was like the eye opener for me too. It was like, wow, she's not like just getting a ruse out of this. Like this is her just like being herself, like her undiagnosed self. So it's just, yeah, it was It was crazy. That was a crazy moment. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Let me help you a little. Edith is essentially a pressure cooker. And what what we see in this movie is what happens when someone is basically been living in a confined, controlled environment for years and years and years, where the pressure is building and building and building. And then you get that one person that comes into your life that says, "We can release you." And she pushes the pressure to release, and whoosh, out it comes. And that's exactly what the ending was her finally having the full release of that pressure, because she was basically owned, controlled, manipulated by her parents.
Yeah.
Most strict, or most exact, no, what's the word I'm looking for, specifically by her father.
Yeah.
You can tell that she was in a very really bad relationship between that whole thing. And yeah, the pressure has been released.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Yeah. No, I did. I love that moment too. Like her cackling in the back of that police car. Oh my God. Just it's scary and funny at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't, how did you guys feel? Like for me, I felt so bad for Edith throughout this movie. Like it starts off where it's kind of like, I could go either way on this. Like she's whatever. But as the relationship kind of expanded throughout the movie, of like really like revealed itself with how her father treats her and what it's like to be there, and you see her having to like silence herself, or she's an adult woman who's being punished by her father for the most random of things. And like, it's just, I felt so bad for Edith. And it was one of those things where, yes, she's doing the bad thing. And I absolutely feel bad for Rose, who's getting screwed over royally and put into such a bad position, potentially losing her daughter. Like, yes, absolutely feel bad for Rose. But the fact that Edith was pushed to this point, that's
Right.
where, that's just so sad to me. I'm because the letters started because she was trying to get attention from her father. She wanted her parents to look at her with kindness and love, and the only way that she could do that was writing these letters, essentially insulting herself with these horrible words, which is also her way of just letting that frustration out. Like it's this whole warped psyche that her parents have given her, and just like felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
It felt great watching her release on Dad though, right at the end, and just seeing his dumbfounded face of like, what? Like screw. He's got no idea what to do with his life now. He can't take care of himself. He's screwed.
His wife is dead. His daughter's in jail now. Like, what was he to do?
He is screwed.
Yeah.
Bad man gets bad behavior. Like he's bad man.
Yeah.
All right. Any other memories?
I have another one.
Yeah, go for it.
It's essentially the moment we find out that it was her all along. It was about halfway through the movie, I think.
Yeah.
It depends on what your
like,
moment was.
The what?
I said I think it depends on what your moment was.
Well, that's true.
It was when you see her go to the table, I think in her room, and you start to see her and her voiceover saying these heinous things. I was like, oh my God, it was her. It was her the whole time.
That's the moment after her father tells her to write the Bible verse 200 times, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was.
And yeah. So that was just. I wish I was able to, or I wish I could have predicted that, but I didn't think about it being her. So they got me, with the twist.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Jamie predicted it pretty early on, and even when it got to that point, like when she sneaks over to her little hideaway thing in the wall and she reveals all of the profanities and things that she's written, it's like I read it as like, yes, this is the reveal that it's her, but at the same time I was like, I don't want that to be the answer. Like I don't, because I see her also as a victim, especially in this moment where like you see her, she's writing, her hand hurts and everything. She has to slip her shoes off so she can sneak across her own floor because too much noise of the creaking floor is going to be like, oh, she's not writing her verses. Like the punishment and like the fear of all of that. Like I didn't want that reality. I didn't want it to be Edith. And I was hoping that there would be more to it. Like she pulls out all of this paperwork and stuff that she's hidden away because it's part of the letters or something like that. I wanted more. I didn't want to accept it. But for me, the like solid moment was when she signs her name and like you see the G and like it becomes like perfectly. I was like, there's no way I can try and talk myself out of it now. It's like I have to accept it. Like it's her. But I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to accept it was her because of everything she was going through.
Was her signing was that when Officer Moss was having her sign something for the court?
Yeah, it's after
was it that scene.
It's
the death of her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What more did you want? Like, what did you?
I would have. It would have felt nicer if there was like some other horrible neighbor that's just like a piece of shit that's writing these letters to everybody and letting the chaos happen, versus this woman who's been repressed and manipulated and tortured by her parents and particularly her father. This has become her only outlet for attention and anger and release. Like it all makes sense. And like, I just didn't want it to be her because it's like, don't make the victim the bad guy too.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
But couldn't be avoided. That was the situation. It's like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just didn't want it. I'm like, no. Poor Edith.
It's more of a feeling. It's more of a feeling that you don't want it to be her. Yeah, because it's more sad that the reveal is her, but it's also more powerful that it is her. Because if it was another neighbor doing it, that would have less of an impact on how we feel towards her.
Yeah,
as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just mean there's some asshole around that's just being a dick.
Yeah.
So.
And then Edith and Rosie, what was her name? Rose?
Rose.
The two of them like then team up and go after this other neighbor.
Yeah, I'd love to watch Rose just kick the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
That would have been a fun scene.
Yeah.
The only other like memory I had, it's a brief moment, but it was another one that kind of like it just caught me off guard. I thought it was hilarious. It's during Edith's kind of interview about her history with Rose, and I don't even remember how or why she's describing this moment, but Edith herself is going to like clean out the outhouse. And she opens the door, and Rose is passed out on the toilet, and she's like, "Oh fuck!" Like she just like wakes up, and she's all startled, and she screams, and it's just like this weird, awkward moment. But everything about how that played out was just, one, it surprised me, and two, I laughed so hard because it was funny as hell. And it was also during all of this is when Edith is kind of talking about like, I liked Rose. I really liked who she was. We were friends once. We were close, and I appreciated who she was, even though she wasn't like me. But that moment when they open up the outhouse to just reveal her like face on the wall, passed out hard.
Yeah.
I died. All right.
Yeah. It's funny.
No more memories. Scenes. We want scenes or complaints.
Jen, you had a scene, right?
I said it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, that's been good flickas. Have a
Yeah.
good night.
I mean, funny enough, I didn't write a ton of notes. I was just there wasn't a whole lot to write down, and I couldn't keep up with the swears to write all of those quote down. But the I really enjoyed. Oh, I'll let you go. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead. You enjoyed something, and I can go next.
No, I was just gonna say I really enjoyed all of the scenes with Our Lady Cop.
Okay.
I could break down like more specifically of the scenes, but in general, I really enjoyed her character and how she held herself in every scene. I thought she was a lot of fun without being like overly energetic or like having a whole lot of emotions. She was very like, I'm a police officer. Like she was very stern and like she played that very well. But I still really enjoyed her character because she was a good cop. She was a really good cop. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just saying, it's not really a scene per se. It was more of a thought. But when you see Rose in a bar and, just throwing back some brewskis and having fun, I was like, now that's the type of person you want to hang out with at a bar. Because I swear you would just have so much fun the entire night. Like the stories that you'd be able to come back with and all that. Like she just seems like the greatest bar hangout easily.
That's what you said about the Boondock Saints last week.
I was
Get them all together, guys. Let's get them together.
I was just thinking like the bar scene at the beginning. I'd throw her in the mix with all that, with the bar fight and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Be a good time.
So I'm starting to think I need to hang out with a bunch of Irish people.
Yes.
Go with your own kind.
If you're gonna go to a bar in Ireland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm just wondering, am I the only one that did she not seem like she'd be so fun to hang out with at a bar?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some Irish car bombs and some Guinness and do some Irish dancing.
She's over here like throwing, bobbing and weaving with a dart in her hand. I was like, oh man, this is gonna get dicey.
That whole scene's fantastic. She's got the attention of that entire bar, which is nothing but men, and they're all about it, having a great time, cheering her on. And excuse me, I love how the guy who's got the apple on her head, like she's doing the whole thing of like, didn't you say you've done this before? Yes, but there's been under different circumstances. Like she's just doing the whole thing of like, I've got this, but at the same time making him scared and putting doubt in his mind and everything. And it's so freaking great. And she's got everybody hooked. The cop rolls in and he's basically, like, I think he just says you're under arrest or something. And she's like, are you fucking serious? And then just tosses the thing without even looking. Like that whole cut too of like, now it's in the apple and everything. And they're like, yeah, like it is just phenomenal. She looks like she would be a ton of fun at a bar. And because you bring up the Boondock Saints, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Apple or a potato?
I guess it could have been a potato.
I thought it was an apple.
For some reason, I was thinking potato.
It could be a potato. I'll grant you that. It could be a potato. I have to take another look.
Yeah.
But what I would say about drinking with the Boondock Saints, yes, I think they would be a ton of fun. I'd be afraid to get into a bar fight with them, but I would make sure that I am not drinking with them when they have firearms anywhere near them. Because I'm not losing a cat that way. I'm not going to lose a cat.
Well, that's not even the Saints,
else.
man. That was Rico.
Yeah.
Rocco.
He's doing Rocco. Riku.
Rocco. David Della Rocco, played by David Della Rocco.
Exactly, Rocco. He was doing his own thing there. He was having a moment.
Yeah. Oh God, that I don't want to detract too much, but I absolutely love that scene. Absolutely would bring that up, but like it is
we talked
done. And then boom, cat's gone, and they're panicking, and the fact that he ends it with, "Is it dead?"
Yeah.
Fucking kill me, Rocco. Are you serious?
Matt, that was me and Jen's first memory when we did memories. Was
Is it dead?
that
Yeah.
scene,
Oh my
yeah.
god, it's amazing.
Jen's like, let's just get the sad scene out of the way. And yeah, 1 week later.
What's, what's even funnier is the double down the next day when he says, bury the cat. And like, there's no cat left to bury. You blew it up. You blew up the
Which
cat.
is a point that I brought up.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. But yes, back to drinking with Rose.
Yeah.
She seems like she'd be a good time.
Yeah.
I don't
definitely.
think I'd want to be on the other end of that dart, but I'd hang out with her in a bar for sure.
Yeah. Excellent. All right.
Go ahead, Jen.
I have a scene. It's towards the end, but I really like the part where Rose is on trial and how she mic drops it. It's like, why would I write a letter when I can fucking say it to everyone's face? And I was like, oh, way to go. We love honesty. We love honesty. I mean, it's not the way I would handle it, but that was her way of handling it. And like that should have been like done, case closed. Like, you're right. This is not a woman that would hide behind a piece of paper and ink. She's just gonna say it. She's been doing that. So wake up, people. But I really appreciated it. Hands. I got hands. I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, some hands.
I think it was Brian first.
I was just gonna say her handling of the courtroom in general was really entertaining. I mean, just you could tell it's like, okay, she's definitely won over the courtroom almost immediately to where it's like, do you know why you're here? I assume it's the letters. And she's just being so sarcastic, but why would you not when you know you're not guilty? When you know you're innocent and you know you didn't do anything, you're just going to play along and you're just going to be like, just answering questions, being sarcastic, all of it. And then exactly like when they asked her, was it you? It's like, I'm going to say it to you. I'm not going to write it. Like, and yeah, it was just her handling of the courtroom was very, very entertaining.
Yeah, her personality it's the same wherever she goes. She doesn't mold it or form it to be different in any setting. And to me, like, that just shows true character, like true realness in someone's character. And I believe her. I believe her when she says that she would rather just say it to their face, because she, her actions speak louder than words. But maybe in this case, her words are just as loud. But the other funny thing too was when I found out her last name was Gooding. She has the word good in her last name. I was like, are they really trying to like hone it in here that she's a good person? So it was like that little like hidden thing was kind of interesting to me, to be like, well, she's like a raunchy person, like, maybe she's disliked by a lot of people, but she's true, to herself, and maybe she's a little raunchy and rough on the edges, but she is true to herself, and I would believe that, with or without evidence.
Her name in general is very ironic.
Gooding, yeah.
Rose Gooding.
Yeah.
So opposite of her.
Yeah.
I'd say she's perfect little Irish Rose.
Yeah.
But within this scene, so you guys are talking about it, there's a line that she drops earlier in the movie. I think it's probably when she's being interrogated, but I can't remember who she says this to. But she says, "Do I look like the anonymous type?" And it's spot on for who she is. Like you guys are saying, at no point would she bother writing somebody a letter. She's going to walk up to your face and say it outright. And with the trial, the way that it was going, the way that it was, it blows my mind that they were still making an argument for this once all these letters started showing up at other people's homes. And like, she had already been arrested by this point. She had already been in prison for months. Like, why would she do something like that? Why would she double down and send even more letters to more people. Does that make any sense? Of course not. That's just that's writing herself as guilty. Why would she ever do that? She's not an idiot. Maybe she's not the most educated person, but she's not dumb. Like, why would she do that? Why would she risk losing her daughter after being in jail already? And they make such great arguments during the court case for all of these things. And when then they drop the bomb of like the handwriting and stuff, and they start putting the suspicion back on Edith, and it's like she panics, and it's clear that like she's definitely the one who wrote these, but they don't have the proof. But at least it's not Rose. I thought everything was going to be like squared away with all this. Everything is pointing to like Rose is not the person. And then they drop that bomb of, so where's your husband? What's his name? Did you have like that whole situation was like, I did not see that coming. Those are like the little twists of like what I'm saying. Of like, I wasn't expecting it. Everything else played out the way that I expected it to. And then they dropped that little bomb. I'm like, oh no. They just screwed Rose over in the last minute. And like, now I'm worried about her again. I'm like, are they going to somehow make this seem like it's her because of this one lie that she said? Like, wow. Go ahead, Brian.
See, the problem to me, that just seemed irrelevant. That whole thing, like you're bringing up things that aren't even related to the case, right? But more importantly, just prior to that, did everyone have their head up their ass? Not you guys. I'm talking about people in the courtroom. Edith just admitted the crime. How are we still even going on further trial? She straight up broke and cracked under pressure and was like, it's going to be fine. Something about God and he judges or something like that. I don't know what she said, but I'm like, that's all as a juror, that's all I need to see. It's like, there's your guilty, there's your innocent. Why do I care about anything else that is said in this courtroom? I don't care at all. To me, it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, she says like God will be the final judgment,
Right.
as if she doesn't care what the judgment is in this case, whether she's guilty or not. So if she goes to jail, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
it's just irrelevant though. Like, Edith
I agree.
Admitted it.
I agree with you. They found the person, and she's showing clear guilt. And I mean, like you caught her in the act of like, who else signs their G's like this? Oh, I doubt very many people. It's very specific to me.
That too.
Okay, well, are you aware that these G's are also what's in every letter that has a G? Like, it's like you admit that this is you and nobody else does this. Like, they found the person, but it's one of those kind of like witch hunt kind of things where, because they came with this big bomb of Rose has been lying, she has given this big lie, the whole reason for how and why she showed up into this country, because she's an immigrant. Like, it's just an excuse to continue the fight against her, because and I agree with you. It's not fair. It's not right. And it's ridiculous.
That's not holding water at all.
It doesn't, but
No.
It's enough to cause like doubt. You lied about that. Who's to say that you wouldn't come up with a big enough lie to make these G's, to write these letters, right? Like, you made this big of a lie. How do we know you're not lying about copying her handwriting? It's I agree. Ridiculous argument that it goes that way, but that's the world that they were in. They wanted Rose because she was abrasive, because she was in your face. They wanted her to be guilty.
A loud woman.
Yeah, they wanted her to be guilty.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well,
Nick.
they wanted her to lose her credibility.
Yeah.
With if she says this one lie, then who's to believe anything else that she says? But I want to go back to the Edith being guilty in court. And Matt, you had said that she was someone who wanted attention. I think Edith likes all of this. She likes the chase. I think she likes being the center of attention here. That she sort of wants to get caught, to get like her 15 minutes of fame, to be known and noticed by people. I really don't think that she feels so bad or so sorry for admitting that that she did this, or admitting guilt. Like, you don't really feel so much for her. Like, oh no, they're sending Edith to jail. What? Um, it feels like she kind of wanted that dopamine, that kind of like that rush of people notice me. I'm not just some sheltered girl in this house with abusive parents.
Yeah.
The irony is jail is Edith's freedom.
Strangely
Yeah,
enough,
right?
right?
Isn't that crazy? Like, her home was like what we think is prison,
Mm-hmm.
but prison to her is what we think is home.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree that she wanted to get caught, but she definitely liked the attention. I mean, she was saving newspaper articles. She was going around telling everybody, and it was like, "Oh, did you see they did this? They did this letter about me. They wrote this story about me, and they're calling me this." Like, she's definitely bragging because she is now being seen as like this person who has been victimized, but she's also being seen as like this the strong Christian woman. So like it's all of the accolades and like it's everything that she wants people to see her as in a positive light. Like she's getting everything she wants. She's getting attention. She's being seen as a good Christian woman, and she's getting away with it. Like it's definitely kind of like a twisted, give me the satisfaction and keep me in the limelight sort of situation. And I think when I think there's panic when she's getting caught. But because by the end of it, I mean, you can see that she's nervous, but when they show her in the courtroom just sitting with everyone else and they drop this lie bomb against Rose, that's her. I'm like, oh, I'm free. Like, because once she gets that opportunity, what does she do? She immediately starts writing letters again. Like she needs that, like you said, she needs that thrill. She needs that dopamine. She needs that praise of, unfortunately, throwing Rose under the bus, but getting these words out and getting the attention of somebody's looking at me and they care about me. And they're seeing me as the good person. They're seeing me as a positive thing. Like it's twisted. And that's the saddest part of all of it. I really do feel bad for Edith. I feel so bad for Edith.
Yeah, it was well said. Yeah.
Let's talk about our lady cop, Gladys, right? Gladys Moss.
Gladys Moss.
Gladys Moss.
Woman police officer Moss.
Woman police officer Moss. I really enjoyed her. I like I said, like as a police officer, she's fantastic. And I love that we kind of, when we first meet the guy cop at the beginning, like he's not so off-putting. He's doing his job, blah, blah, blah. But the second they arrest Rose, they get her in there, you start seeing him for who he truly is. And he's just ugly. Like he's a bad guy. He's I don't want to say womanizer, a misogynist. Like he's not a good guy. He's a crappy person. And she is just giving him back the snark, and it's so good. She is just hitting him with quips and outsmarting him left and right. And it's brilliant. I love the way that she handled these guys while maintaining the whole, like, I'm following the rules. I know my place, but I'm a police officer. Like, you can only talk to women about police business stuff. And it's like, okay, well then I'm going to take advantage of that and twist. Like she's just so good at it. And it's the moment when I think she's arguing for the handwriting, and they're both just like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's not blah, blah. And she like walks out and they show her on the staircase and she's just like,
yeah,
like she's just losing it silently and is like, oh, okay. Like I love those little moments with her. I thought she was just fantastic, and the way that she handles herself when Rose and Edith are kind of like, she's interviewing all of the women with Edith, she's talking to Rose and then interviewing her. She is such a good cop, And I really appreciate the way that she holds herself. But at the same time, like she was just entertaining without having to be too much. With her and Anne doing their detective stuff and, hiding in the attic and counting, like doing all of that little spy stuff was so fun. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I felt bad for her the moment we first see her on screen when I think it was Edith's father who came into the police station, and she's at the front counter, and he just says to her, "Oh no, I want someone else to help me." I'm like, just because she's a woman, like you think that she can't help you, or you just don't want a woman helping you because of pride or ego or whatever. So like that was such a powerful way to set the tone that like this woman is not appreciated, in this police department. And yeah, and just to see her play a good cop the whole time, and I don't even think it's just I don't even think it's a feminist thing. Like she's trying to like bring women up. It's just she's just doing her job and wants to do it the right way and bring justice for people who are good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, just she's very entertaining, and she should definitely be a detective. Absolutely, for sure.
She's fantastic. And
Yeah.
the fact that she fights for Rose, like you said, I don't think it's really, it's not necessarily like an equality kind of thing that she's fighting for, but she knows Rose is innocent. And that's what really matters, is like, she doesn't want to send an innocent woman to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it really boils down to, is like, she wants to do her job so well to find the person who actually did it and keep an innocent woman from having her life destroyed. And again, the way that she does it. How did you guys feel when Rose writes her the letter from prison and she writes the letter back saying like, "I'm a police officer. This is inappropriate. I can't help you." It's like, for me, it was like, you want to help her. You want to do this. But because she is sticking true to her guns of like, this is my position. This is what I'm capable and allowed to do. This is what the law will allow me to do. Like it kind of gutted me for Rose when she gets that letter. And I'm just like, flat out like, no, I can't help you. Like, oh, go ahead, Brian.
I mean, yeah, it's obvious that she wants to help out Rose and who she knows is innocent. And I feel like her little copper buddies were really making it easier for her to make that decision, especially when they laid out why they think Rose is guilty. I'm like, that is just so loosely based. I don't even know where you're coming out with this. Well, the tone is in the same or same mannerisms that she talks to us, so it's got to be her. I'm like, as if nobody else can talk like that via writing. Like it's just unbelievable. I was like, that is why you're accusing her of being guilty. Like it's just unbelievable to me. So I'm like, so basically you're grasping at straw and you have absolutely nothing. Understood. Continue.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of my argument for in the court, where it's like it didn't matter that she was innocent and that they had found the guilty party. They wanted her to be guilty.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about. They just wanted her to be guilty.
They wanted her to be guilty because of the type of personality that she has.
Yeah.
Because nobody else in town is like her. So therefore it must be her in their mind.
What if other women follow?
Well, and there's that small snippet of the newspaper where they talk about, I think, women's suffrage, and like that's like the one nod that there has been like the start of change within the country of like, women deserve equal rights, women deserve a place at the table, they deserve a spot. And the fact that Rose has just kind of taken it, that's a scary thing for all of these powerful white men, right? I mean, especially like you brought up when Edith's dad goes to the police station and he's immediately met by Gladys, and he's just like, nope, him. Just like you can, like, and then he's so strongly against her, and then all of the moments with how he treats Edith. God, what was the line? This was what like kind of broke me when he says, "Remember your place" to Edith, and she's like, it's said in like a way, and she's kind of got like a smile to her face, and then he looks at her so sternly, and then just it drops, and she realizes just like he's coming at me with like a stern attitude of like he'll punish me, and just all joy drops from her face, and she just responds with, "Yes, Father." Like that moment, that interaction between the two of them, just the ick is strong in that moment. Like it hurt, man. It really bothered me to see her treated that way, and like to see him pull the joy from her. Like, and then so many moments after that where he's just shittier and shittier to her. And it's like, you can't survive without this girl, and you treat her this way. Like it's gross. So
doesn't somebody call Edith at one point a spinster?
A lot of people do. I think even in the newspaper at one point it says like spinster reads the Bible twice a day or something like that.
Yeah.
And so
It's like, jeez.
5 times a day.
5
That's
times,
impressive.
yeah.
So yeah,
People are just mean to her, you know.
well, I mean, at that point,
Or
it's
is it
like,
just her parents, really?
I think it was more specifically her parents, but once you put yourself in the newspaper and you start this story, it's like now you've got different perspectives of how people are looking at you.
Yep.
Because there's even the moments where do you guys know what card game they're playing when she's with the Christian Women's Society or whatever it is? They had too many cards for it to be poker, like maybe bridge or something. I don't know.
Was it gin?
Maybe gin, but like they get to that card game, and leading up to it, it's all like, oh, did you see me in the newspaper? Did you blah, blah, blah. And it's like she's all excited and happy about the attention that she's getting. But once they get to the table, I think one of the older lady said something. I against Lev, like, well, I don't know. I feel really bad for Rose. I really liked her, blah, blah, blah. And you just see her kind of like the wind gets sucked out of her sails of like, oh, you think I'm not the good person? You think she's more important? Like it's not that people necessarily think she's a bad person or treat her badly, but somebody said something about how she's looking for attention, or like she's looking for the praise, which is absolutely what was happening, but they call her out for it. And that's something that she doesn't like because it's somebody putting her down, and that's typically her father.
Mm-hmm. Google AI says it was poker.
I don't think so. They had too many cards.
Yeah.
They had too many cards for that to be poker. I made a point to like look at that. Like,
yeah, it wasn't poker.
Plus, they weren't there. There's like no chips or anything. They weren't betting. Like, how do you? What's the point? I'm not a big poker player, but what's the point if you're not like? There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Full house, I win. Like, great.
Yahtzee, I win.
See, that's the difference. Yahtzee has some stakes to it.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys.
Bring it.
When they first try to bust Edith fools them because she basically she does the same suit that she always does, which is, I'm not going to mail it here. I'm going to go into a church and use the church's mail out box to send my letters. Why does she change style in between the week or during the weekend of the trial? I mean, pressure couldn't be greater at this point, yet this is the time where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna now try to mail something in public.
I think she was. I think she was always mailing it in public, but she figured out that she was being followed, so that day she tricked them into like she mails just some basic letter, because when they cut to her inside the store, like she's watching them read her letter and she's like,
right.
gotcha.
Like I knew that she was onto them, but I figured she just doesn't use public mailboxes in general and just uses the church outbox as because who else knows about that? I mean,
it probably would have been smarter.
Yeah.
I think after getting them off your trail, like catching them and getting them off your trail like that, that's your go ahead. Like, okay, I got them. Now I'm free and clear, and they can't stop me. I can go back to doing what I always do.
I sort of think, just to kind of go back to my point, I kind of think she likes the chase. You know, I think she likes the fact that she's being watched, that she's being followed. You know, she's riding a fine line of, well, I don't want to be too obvious, but I also don't want to be too hidden. You know, she's riding this line of like, ooh, they're right behind me, but I might trick him a little bit and, you know, go off the beaten path and then maybe go back to the public one and see if they're still watching. You know, it's kind of like this game that she's playing with them.
I have to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why like police car chases are, people thrive off the chase, you know, the 5-minute chase or whatever, because it gets them going. They get the thrill of it. I think it's the same idea.
Is it thrill or anxiety? People are nuts.
Adrenaline.
It's adrenaline. Yeah.
Good old Epi.
Yeah. Oh my God. The things people will do to feel things.
Yeah.
We're at about another hour or so. Did you guys want to take another break? Do you want to do another scene or something before we take another break? Your call.
I mean,
Let's take a break. I want my coffee.
Okay. All right.
It's a good reason.
We'll take a quick break. I'm gonna get some water.
Take a coffee break.
Little coffee break.
Break.
Some coffee.
Coffee.
You better have a big cup when you come back. I'm talking like friend size big cup.
Yeah.
So you just wait.
Okay.
Like a tea kettle size.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Basically the coffee pot without the lid.
She just comes back with the whole Keurig.
There you go.
Or the coffee machine.
No, it'd be funny if she had the Keurig and she just
No,
stick your mouth under the spout.
She's got the Keurig like on the shelf behind her, and Jen just lays on the couch like, "Hit me!"
It just brews right into her mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll burn the back of your throat, Jen. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And if she's feeling an iced coffee, she just stuffs a bunch of ice in her mouth.
Now that'd be the way to do it.
I like it.
Tasty and protective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saves me a dish.
Less dishes. I like it. All right. Quick break for coffee. Quick break for coffee, and we'll be right back.
Ice cream time.
Does this count as a large cup?
Very tall cup.
It's large.
The large. The straw must be very tall.
It is 24 ounces.
Wow. You could use two hands to hold it.
Exactly. I think it's big. And then I have brandy, brandy chocolate cherries. So good.
Oh, nice.
And caramel.
Like chocolate with brandy booze in it's like a little boozy chocolate.
That's what it says, but then you read the ingredients and there's not a drop of liquor in it. So
Oh, okay.
I think
Maybe it just goes well with brandy.
maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Brandy, cherry, chocolate, caramel.
Sounds good. It's like the day I learned that coffee cake doesn't taste like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never had it growing up because I didn't like the taste of coffee. I was like, why would I want coffee cake? It tastes like coffee. And then I had it and I was like, it tastes nothing like coffee. And in fact, you eat it with your cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody had told me that sooner. Yeah, but now coffee cake is delicious. Like I love it.
It's ice cream time.
Ooh.
What you
Little
got?
show and tell. I got some mint mousse tracks with some Hershey's chocolate sauce.
Ooh. I got Breyer's chocolate truffle, but that's not enough. So I add Trader Joe's chocolate chips to go with it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because you can
Jen,
never
you'll be
have enough
happy.
chocolate.
Jen, you'll be happy to know that mine is Signature Select.
Oh, thank you.
So you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'm paying for part of your salary.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Giving me getting paid.
What?
I said, keeping me getting paid.
Yeah. I am a job creator right now.
Breyer's is so good.
Is there a difference between Breyers and Dryers?
You're making me
I believe
curious.
it's a D or a B.
You're making me very curious to try like a Breyers.
So I double checked. Breyer's is the rectangular one.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Oh my god, it's delicious. Yeah, there's a big difference. Breyer's is way better than Dryer's.
Really? I'm gonna have to try it.
Was it like two brothers that
I don't know.
like a brother named Breyer and the other brother was Dryer, and they were like, we want our own separate ice cream companies. We're gonna see which one does better.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I've been discovering like my new favorite flavor ice cream. I think is the Neapolitan.
Classic. That's good.
I love it.
No. There are 1,000 flavors better than Neapolitan. But you do you.
I will.
Have you had the Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches?
Yeah, I'm not a big ice cream sandwich person.
Okay. Well, so I really like those. I saw a T-shirt the other day. I can't remember where, but it said, "The only two men, the only two men I need in my life are Ben and Jerry." Have you seen that one too?
Saw that one coming. Yep.
Yeah.
There's that one, and then the three boys, Jack, Jose, and Jim.
What was that, Jen?
So there's another one. So there's the Ben and Jerry one, and then another one is hanging out with like the three guys, Jack, Jim, and Jose.
Oh, like the alcohols?
No, of course they're people. Why would it be alcohol?
There's another one says I love hanging out with the three wise men, Jim, Jack, and Johnny.
I was thinking like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, and Jose Cuervo. That's
No, why would it be that?
That's what it is.
They're three friends.
playing with my mind. They are the three amigos. Adding chocolate syrup on top of your ice cream is really just the cherry on top. That is, unless if you put an actual cherry on top.
It's
Maybe that would be
actually the
cherry
chocolate on top, but yeah.
on top. Man, this cherry is really the cherry on top of this ice cream.
What if I add 2 cherries?
That would be the cherries on top.
You guys are cute.
Now,
Okay.
what you got? It's ice cream show and tell time.
Oh, I didn't get ice cream.
Oh.
I just got Lindor chocolates.
Hmm.
I'm trying to get rid of some of the like candies and stuff that we've got, so I can eventually replace it with better candies. But
Is that just your excuse to eat candy? Is
Yeah.
to say, well, I gotta clear the inventory to replace the inventory.
pretty much, because if I don't clear up space, Jamie will not let me buy more candy.
Oh, so it's Jamie's fault.
No. I didn't say that. I did not
Don't
say
you be
that.
putting words in their mouths.
I'm just saying that she cares about my health, and I like sweet things that are not healthy.
Yeah, I have one too.
She allows me the ice cream, so that's great. But every now and then, I don't want ice cream. I want candy.
Hmm.
And
Do you
I
think Case and Jamie have like their own group chat, just the two of them? It's like titled like the anti-candy squad or something. And they're trying to get into cahoots about how they can not buy candy or like keep up on the latest candy, you know. They send each other articles.
Operation Sugar Drop.
Okay. Operation Sugar Drop.
That's good. That's good. Oh man.
Oh man. So I when I get Jamie to go to like my hockey games, because at the end of my hockey game, I always stop at the gas station to pick up a protein drink, and I'll typically get like a Gatorade and like a candy or something on my way home, so I've got a little something. So the last couple of times I've gotten Jamie to come with me, we stop at the Texaco and like I got her to get candy with me. Not the last time, we were really good the last time. But we got like a bag of chips. We got candy. We got 2 types of candy because we saw as we were checking out. Have you guys seen this? M&M has a peanut butter and jelly M&M right now.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No, haven't seen that.
So yeah, we saw that and we're like, okay, we've got to try that. It is not good. It's not good.
You have me
was
at
your-
peanut butter.
If they had left it at peanut butter, they'd have been fine.
What was your first clue? Think of the size of an M&M and then try to think of peanut butter and jelly in it.
You gotta try. You gotta try the new candies when it comes out. This is the problem. Like I go in, I get whatever candy I'm feeling, which is typically like something fruity and sweet, like Airheads or Sweet Tarts or something along those lines.
Love an Airhead. Airheads are so good.
I like the Airhead bites because they're just nice and easy.
Not.
But yeah, I love my candies, man. This is the problem. I like my candies.
Matt,
So-
do you hate that the mystery flavor Airhead is always the same flavor?
Crap.
It's never actually a mystery because it's the same every time.
Yeah. So your problem is that the mystery flavor is mystery, not not that it changes between cherry or raspberry.
Yeah,
or
see,
blueberry.
that's how it should have been.
It would have been different. It would have been interesting. That was actually something I liked about like the Dum Dums. You get the mystery Dum Dum lollipop, and it was really just some random lollipop that got the mystery wrapper on it. So you'd open it up, you're like, oh, I got cherry. Oh, I got root beer. That was a fun thing. So I don't care that mystery is its flavor.
Dude, though, you just reminded me those Dum Dums. That was like the one reason as a kid why I loved to go to the bank with my mom, because they always had like a giant bowl of Dum Dums as soon as you entered the bank. And I was like, ooh, which Dum Dum am I gonna get today? And then I would grab like a second one on the way out.
I felt lucky because we were getting like Tootsie Pops.
Oh, okay.
So we got the big one. And at one point, one of the banks that my mom went to that she took us to, they were giving out like the candy apple one or whatever it was, the caramel apple lollipop, which I don't like, but my brother loves. So
Those are good.
So he always got them because I was like, I don't want that. Get disappointed when we go to that bank.
Did you guys ever have alien head lollipops?
Alien head lollipops?
Yeah.
Like, was it shaped
I
like
know
an
Jen
alien
would
head?
remember them.
Was it shaped like an alien head?
Yes.
No.
Look that up.
Yeah, like I'm curious. Like, no, I don't remember alien head lollipops.
They were almost like pastel neon color type thing. They were
Oh,
pretty good.
yeah.
Do you guys remember those?
No, but I mean, sorry. Yeah, I do. Like seeing the picture now.
No. I've never seen these.
We had those. I forgot I forgot where we had them, but I used to love getting them.
These are interesting.
So weird, but yeah.
I've never seen this lollipop before.
They're delicious.
Well,
Interesting.
there's a couple different kinds. It seems like, but
Yeah, the boys would get that, and then the girls had the Spice Girl lollipops.
oh,
Spice
what?
Girl lollipops.
Were they spicy?
Nice. No, they weren't spicy. They taste like cinnamon spice.
Oh God.
No, it was like bubble gum.
Ooh.
Mm.
I've never liked artificial bubblegum flavor. Like, have you guys ever had bubblegum ice cream?
No, why
Probably
would you?
once.
that's the right face, Jen. Like, bubblegum ice cream is so weird. I don't like things that taste like bubblegum. Other than
Because there
bubblegum.
wasn't actual bubble gum in the ice cream.
Sometimes they would. Like
Yeah, sometimes they would, and that was horrible.
there was one that I had that had like it was the little, not like the chiclets, but it was those like little slivers of bubble gum that like you'd kind of accumulate over time as you were eating the ice cream, which made no sense because it's bubble gum. You're not supposed to swallow it, so you have to like melt the ice cream in your mouth so that you could separate the bubble gum pieces so you can then chew the bubble gum. Like, this is stupid. Yeah, bubblegum ice cream is not great. Sorry, Ryan Reynolds and new guy. What's the blue guy? What's the Free Guy? That's it. And Free Guy, his character's favorite flavor was like his favorite flavor ice cream was bubblegum.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I had a neighbor when I was a kid. She like watched us sometimes after school, and she would give us gum, and as we would chew the gum, she would then say, "Did you know that gum is just made out of recycled car tires?" And we're like, "Ew."
Give us more.
Yeah.
Why would she lie to you like that?
Yeah. Guys, I have terrific news.
Do you have more ice cream?
Like, terrific.
Terrific. Ooh, he's gonna talk some
Terrific.
shit.
Yesterday, I got my new set of golf clubs.
No. Oh, I get the tea now.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, I
was
didn't mean to
thinking
do that.
T-ball, but
I didn't mean to do that.
I was thinking T-ball, but I was like, no.
No. Yeah, I got my new set of golf clubs. It's been,
Congratulations.
over 20 years since I've gotten any new sets before. So I'm so stoked.
That's awesome.
I am
man.
so stoked. Like, on average, I've probably gained, I'd say, like 22 yards per club just in distance.
Jeez.
He had me to where the driver that I have right now, if I like full boat, give it all my might, I might be able to carry it 280 yards.
Jeez.
And it's all carry, so it only goes like 282. Is like a perfect drive. Now with my new driver, I was averaging 310 yard drives.
Yeah, happy
Jeez.
Gilmore.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, this is incredible.
My God, man. When's the next is it Reno that you go to the is it the Reno trip?
Yeah, Reno's in September.
September. Okay, so
But now that
you
I've
got a
got my
couple
new
months to
golf
perfect
clubs,
it.
now, I mean, James and I, we golf at least twice a week, or I mean, twice a month.
I was like, whoa,
And
damn.
then I try to golf at least once a week as well.
Nice.
So with these new golf clubs, if I start doing well, I might try to get myself into some tournaments and go back to like tournament play. But
Nice, man.
I definitely need to get my game back. And these clubs are really probably going to help me out a lot because I didn't realize how old my clubs were until he put my 7-iron in my hand, the one that I use now,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hitting it pure, and it was like, okay, cool, you carried that 156 yards. Well, I remember when I was 10 years younger or even 15 years younger, I would be able to hit this thing 170 yards. So it's like I've gotten stronger and bigger, yet it is now weaker in terms of the distance because of how beat up it is, right? And so then he puts in the new 7-iron, the one that I got, and I'm carrying it like 178 yards.
Jeez.
Carry. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see the difference here.
That's awesome, man.
So my brother's like old set would fit me perfectly. And I was like, these are like magic clubs. They work for him. They work for. I had no idea. They're 20 years old.
Yeah.
But do you have them now, Jen?
No. Like I would just like swing on the golf range. When I
No,
went.
I've got an old golf bag, and so I'm just gonna keep my clubs in those. And that way, if Casey picks up golf, great, she's got a set. Or any kids in the future, if they decided they want to do golf, then we at least have a. It's a good set for a beginner. It's
Yeah.
I would have bowed down on my knees to get this as a beginner set because of like how good of a set they are. But for me right now, it's not. But if you're like you've never played golf and you're just trying to pick it up, that's a perfect set.
Like for him, he golfs, so like you should be like this. My brother was 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the technology that's in the clubs and everything, it's just so advanced.
Are they Wi-Fi?
No,
Are they lighter?
Are they smart
Like,
clubs? Do you connect them to your phone?
do
Yeah.
they feel lighter to you?
it's like, hey Siri, hit this ball straight for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, hey Siri,
It's like
hit the
Caddyshack.
driver.
Yeah.
Swing.
Yeah, they are definitely lighter. Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lighter. Like I said, the technology it's insane with what they're able to get to where it's like he took a look and he's like, okay, you've got a really consistent swing. I can easily work with you on this. He's like, all right, I want this number for your launch angle. I want this for your spin. And then he kept working the system and was like, okay, let's do this shaft. Let's do this club head. All right, this is definitely the best one for you. And it was basically a professional fitting,
Nice.
which was it was just really cool to do.
Nice. Did you do this at like a pro shop or was it golf course?
No, this it's called the PGA Tour Superstore. It's in
Okay.
Dublin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's actually a professional golfer,
Mhm.
not on the PGA Tour, but he does golf professionally, and he's working on trying to get to the PGA Tour.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I trust you.
Yeah.
I definitely trust you, and you know what you're doing. So it was really cool.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling too, like to have somebody like that. Like it's let's look at your game and then let's narrow things down and
Yeah.
fine tune.
Yeah, it wasn't like
fine-tune your
walking
tools.
into the store and Bob is helping me fit my clubs.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Bob.
Robert Bob.
Yeah, no, he definitely knew what he was like. Oh man, okay, cool. I really like the launch angle, or actually, you're too high on your launch angle. We want to get it down. And I was like, no, you're right. Like I don't want it to be this high. Like I want more of a straight line, and we found it. It was really cool.
Nice.
Brian, if you ever want, we can play some Top Golf. And maybe we can play the Super Mario Brothers or Sonic at the Top Golf. That's my level of golf is right there.
I mean, I'm down to play. Top Golf is.
Yeah.
I have my pros and cons with it.
You can bring your own clubs.
Do you guys want me to go on my rant right now?
About Top Golf.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone a handful of times. It's fun.
Okay, here's my rant. You're talking to a very experienced golfer here who would go to a driving range. You'd spend $10, $15. You get a large bucket of balls, and you would just hit. And that's a driving range.
Yeah.
Top Golf is a driving range with fancy lights and alcohol and food, and you just took a $10, $15 experience and have just amplified it, and people are all like, Top Golf is the greatest thing. I'm like, it's a fucking driving range.
You can play Sonic.
Like, stop
the
being
Hedgehog.
blind by the bells and the whistles and the dings. Like, it's a driving range, and you're paying hundreds of dollars. Like, the only time Top Golf becomes advantageous is when you go in a major group of people, because if I remember, it's you pay for the spot, you don't pay per person, right?
I think so.
To where it's like bowling alley, right?
Kind of, but I think, like you said, I think you pay for the spot and you pay for the time.
Yes. And
Yeah,
so
and then you divide that up.
If you have like 10 people divided by the time, like that's gonna become pretty cheap for everybody. But if I'm one person or two people, like it's like a date night, that's pretty pricey for driving range.
Yeah, but if you have 10 people, only one person can hit at a time. Like, you're sitting and drinking, eating food the rest of the time, so you're not hitting the entire time.
Right.
That's why it's more affordable
Yeah.
to go as a group.
But that's kind of the downer for me. I'm with you, Brian. Like, if I want to smack some golf balls around, I'm just going to the driving range. I'll
just go to like Hagen Oaks or something. Yeah.
give me a bucket of balls for $10 and I'll smack them around and be good to go.
Yeah, there was that really cheap driving range that was right near my old house in Sac when I lived on wow.
Expo?
Cal Expo.
What?
Is it Hagen Oaks?
No. It's when I lived in the Italian place.
What?
I cannot think of it. I was on the left side of Highway 5.
I think I know where you're talking
You
about.
guys have
but
we had our Halloween party there. I know you guys have been at this house. All of you have.
What?
I was there for game night.
Yeah, it's like an orangey building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Is it called Leader Golf?
No, but anyway, there's a driving range that's like right behind it, and I think it was like $8 for a large bucket. I'm like,
Oh, nice.
now that's your classic driving range right there. That's beautiful.
I'm walking there.
I cannot think of that apartment complex name. Wow, that's just completely drew a blank on that one.
The Palms?
No, that was the
No.
first one.
Oh, the one in Natomas.
Yes.
Oh, Truxell?
Well, that's the street.
Yeah. I'm getting there. River Court?
No.
Did it have a name?
Yeah, it definitely had a name. Like my apartment complex had a name. I don't know. Is Nick looking for the name of the place?
I'm looking
don't
on
know.
maps. Is it Truxell and El Camino?
It was El Camino, yes.
Pleasant Point?
No.
Pheasant Point? No.
Say
No.
The
pheasant?
Creek?
He said it was Italian. The Italian.
Is it the
place.
Creek?
The Creek.
That makes it
That's not how that works.
That was so good.
It's like the Creek. It's Italian. The Creek.
The Creek. How do you make something Italian? You make the hand gesture.
That was amazing, Nick.
It came out of nowhere.
Well, you're not wrong. Okay, it was 2842 Grasslands Drive, right? Now, what the hell is the name of this place?
funny that this has kind of been. This is what's holding us up from getting back into the conversation right now. Is what's that place I used to live that had the golf course with the really cheap driving range? Proud of you for getting new golf clubs, though, man. That's awesome.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
This is
Okay,
this is
you're
the
right.
kind of
All right, so
conversation
it
I'm gonna
was-
have when I buy my new goalie mask.
Okay, so the driving range, it's called Leader Golf.
Okay, I said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize that was the name of it. But anyway, so that's like a really just cheap little driving range, and it does the job. And I still, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of my apartment complex, and I think I'm just gonna give it up.
I think it was River Court because I think that's where we had the game night.
It is. We did have game night, but it was not River Court.
Just like it wasn't leader goal.
Is the
Where's it
address
at?
1671 West El Camino Avenue,
No, it's two for what?
River Court? No.
No, the address that I lived at was 2842 Grasslands Drive.
Do you just remember that, or are you looking at it?
No, I remember it.
I was just curious because
Yeah.
I've never been great at remembering my addresses.
I know all of mine.
I'm
All of the. Yeah, I got them all. Great.
most of them are gone. I've
God,
never
it
been great
sucks
with
because-
addresses
well.
and phone numbers. But I think Josh still remembers our very first North Carolina phone number, like our original house number.
Oh yeah, I know mine too. Yeah.
Not a clue. I know 4 phone numbers by heart, and it's my parents, my brother, and myself.
Is it the Renaissance? No, it wasn't the Renaissance.
The
Oh my-
Renaissance?
it wasn't that. This is killing me, man.
It's Italian.
Mm,
Just say Renaissance with the hand. You know it's right. Renaissance.
Renaissance.
Adagio, son of a bitch.
What is it?
God, it was called the Adagio Apartments.
Adagio?
Now that sounds Italian.
Yeah,
yes.
it was. I knew it was Italian. I'm like, it looked Italian. It felt.
Okay.
Oh,
Adagio.
lived in there for years. All right. Anyway,
That's
let's
hilarious.
continue. What? A,
Now we can move on.
All right. We have found the
Our
this
name.
is all recorded too, so I can relive this nightmare. Anyway, so yay, golf clubs. Fuck Adagio. Don't
Yes.
The Krieg, we get it. Yeah.
The creek.
Very happy that you got new clubs and they're working out
Yeah,
so well for you.
I'm stoked. I can't wait to. I think I have to wait like 1 or 2 weeks because they have to be delivered to the store because
Hmm.
they were again custom designed for me, so they have to make a few tweaks and changes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look really forward to getting them out. And then best of all, they were mostly purchased by a hand-me-down that I got from grandma that I was able to sell.
Nice.
So big part of grandma now is with me on the golf course at all times. So that's really very, very sentimental for me.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to September when you roll into Reno with these new clubs and you just destroy this tournament.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, who?
Yeah. There's a new
Yeah, 'cause,
guy
like,
on the
it's
tour.
I got to take one of them home because it was like the only one that was like, actually, no, you can have this one today. I'm like, oh, awesome. So it was my 3-wood, right? Now the irony behind this is the driver that I have in my bag now, I actually hit my 3-wood farther than that driver. So I just got rid of. I was like, well, I don't need this anymore. So now I have my 3-wood until the rest of my clubs get here.
You're gonna go to the golf course and just all you're playing with is the 3-wood.
Yeah, I was
I'm just gonna be
Just
bombing
the
my
three.
3-wood off the tee, and I'm gonna be flying past James, and he's gonna be like, "What is happening right now?"
Quick question: how do you know the distance of how far you hit at like a normal range?
He has an app.
Well, no. What he's asking is, how do you know how far you hit each club?
Yeah.
It takes time.
Mm.
The best way to do it is if you can get to a driving range where you can see markers out there, or if they have flags, and there might be a placard at each mat on the range that says that white flag is 150, that yellow flag is 175. Then you start firing to it, and you're like, I think I flew that over 10 yards, so maybe I'm about 160 for my 9-iron.
Yeah, and you
You
can
get what
see
I'm
the
saying?
ball out that far,
What?
and you can see the ball out that far.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So when you're top golf, do you just not see the ball? Like, how does it work for you?
You know, when I hit it, it just disappears at some point.
It explodes.
It just goes, and then I see it on the monitor, and that tells me.
But I mean, honestly, that might be where top golf could be beneficial, where you start hitting it, because I think it tells you the yardage, doesn't it?
Yeah, because those are Wi-Fi connected balls.
Right. So that might be on it. And when I get a new set, it's like it would be nice to kind of dial in and find out exactly how far each club is.
Yeah. So maybe that's a reason to go to Top Golf.
It might be.
Yeah. And have a beer while you're at it.
Yeah.
Just don't hit it over the net. You'll get kicked out.
Yes.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, there's been multiple videos that I've seen of people that they make a habit out of like hitting it over the fence, and they're like, "Look, we warned you. You gotta stop." And then they do it again, and like, "All right, you're gone."
Well, that's different than like if you hit it and you're like, "Oh my bad."
Well, I think everybody's allowed an accident, but like if you're making a habit out of knocking it over the fence, like you're clearly doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I like to try to hit the robot golf cart that's picking up the balls. Like that's my favorite.
I can't aim at all, so I just try and hit the ball well.
Yeah.
I've got a terrible hook. Like I aim to the left so that it goes straight.
Yeah.
Or is that a slice?
Slice then.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. Let's get back into Wicked Little Letters and finish it up. Welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas, or as we might be forever known as the Golf Flickas. We are finishing up our chat on Wicked Little Letters, and I don't think we have much direction on where to go right now, so I'm going to ask you guys, any scenes that you want to hit? If nothing else, I'm going to ask Brian if he's got any complaints that he wants to air.
Yeah, I feel like he's given a lot more praise to this movie so far.
No, I haven't.
He's been a good conversationalist, but he hasn't been
Exactly.
like praising the movie.
Okay.
I mean, I already did my complaint about the whole like mailing the letter and then in secret, but then when
I debunked that.
Microphone in front of your mouth, Brian.
Sorry.
It had like a hollow effect because it was on the side of your head.
Oh my god, the sound effect of that was really funny.
What was the sound effect?
It was like a whoosh. Like
That's awesome.
and then like the motion of it too, man. That was...
Yeah, no, so I already talked about that. I talked about like how I felt this movie was quite boring. Have I hit all my complaints? I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay. Well, I got a scene that I can bring up.
Sure, I'll keep thinking.
Let's talk about Rose in prison. There's not a whole lot here, but I like the little moments where you could see her kind of in prison and just kind of going the day to day and trying to survive. And she was sewing something. It was really fun to see when she gets out of prison that she made like a little horse, little doll, a horse doll for her daughter. I was like, that was really impressive. Like when you got to see that thing up close, like what she was able to do with little scraps of fabric and things. I was like, looks pretty damn good. But it's just a cute little thing that I thought. But as far as like the spending time in prison montage, nothing special about this one. It's just kind of, she's on the bed. She's still on the bed. She's over there now. Like it's very stereotypical, but I liked how it managed to kind of get time to pass. Like they're not specific about how long she's in jail. I think they mentioned months, but
2 months, I think.
2 months. I like that they didn't drag this part out because it's something that they probably could have, especially in the writing process of, you know, the back and forth of stretching the letters if she's writing to Moss or if she's writing to the ladies that come up with the plan to sell the pig so that they can get the £3 to get her out. Like I said, there's a lot of ways that they could have stretched and drug this whole part of the movie out. I'm glad they didn't. So I kind of enjoy the fact that it's a very simple process. We see the uncomfortable walking in through prison and like how uncomfortable, like I was a little surprised. I'm like, oh, this is a co-ed prison. Like you've got the men, you've got the women. And it was even more surprising how many of those women had babies in prison.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez. Like, these are babies being raised in jail. Like, what did these women do? Like, what happened? Like, what's the story there? So I thought the jail scene was pretty interesting, however short-lived it was. And I enjoyed that it wasn't drug out. But, Nick, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I just have a couple small things about like the prison scene.
Mm-hmm.
There was a funny moment. I can't remember what it's the male police officer who's describing Rose to whoever he's talking to, and he says something, and then he goes, and she I don't remember exactly, but she has a way with words, or she's foul mouthed, and then you just hear fucking wankers, and then he continues on to describe like other personality traits of hers. I just thought that was great comedic timing. I wish I could remember what he said.
That wasn't in prison. That was just the police jail.
Well, no, I think what the part he's getting to is when she's going to prison and she screams fucking wankers as they take like her picture.
No. Well, I mean, yes, but when she's actually in the cell, she yells it again off screen as the
after Edith
that's the
has
police
left.
jail.
Yeah.
Was that the jail?
That was the jail after Edith leaves and they're still talking about her.
Oh, okay, maybe I was mixing up which time she was going in. But yeah, I mean that even the one when she's getting her mugshot taken, like that was great too. Yeah. But when she walks into the women's jail and you see like the two mothers with the babies who look like twins. What was that all about? Were they twins that did like a crime together? I was really confused by that. Like, why did they both look the same to me?
I didn't note that, so I didn't. I noticed two mothers with babies, but not like they look the same.
They just
prison guard getting busy.
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, in these times, it's like anything can happen.
Just theorizing here, people.
Well, it's possible. Isn't there a whole storyline of that, like in Orange Is the New Black? Where
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man, I would not be surprised if it's happening, but at the same time,
that's like
it's
modern
like,
day. Yeah.
Hey, we still.
But yeah,
what
just
was the
wanker
what's the
part was
catchphrase, Nick?
Humans don't evolve.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. Good callback.
I don't know if we're gonna get a big discussion out of this, but we'll try. One of the issues that I have, and again, I guess you can't really change reality if this is how it is. The name of the movie is Wicked Little Letters. And these letters aren't wicked. They're not even, they're just so weak to me. Like, I think that's like was a big disappointment. Like if we were getting some real cutthroat, like I'm slicing you verbally, but through my writing, like some real dark stuff or heavy stuff or something like cruel letters, maybe this probably would have changed. But it what to me they just weren't cruel. They were just so comedic. And I think that that's what takes a lot out of the movie for me right off the bat. And I'm just wondering, am I missing something here, or what you guys thought?
The impression that I get from this movie, that the wickedness of these letters, it really boils down to the profanities themselves. Like, because that's like the whole problem, right? Is like they're saying all of these words, saying all of these things, and it's being said to a good Christian woman who would never say these words. Like they're foul. They are, they are ungodly words. She would never say these. She could never say these. Like even reading them out loud, like you didn't write these words. Didn't write these words. Yes, you did. But you didn't write these words. And she's like, when she's in the courthouse, being probably the best example, where they ask her to read it and she's like, I can't.
I can't. Yeah.
Like I think that's the wickedness of it, is that those words are seen as satanic or ungodly. And yes, the intent of the letter should be more like evil, in the sense of like it's calling somebody names, it's being crude and saying mean things. It's also mean things and swear words are being said by somebody who doesn't know how to swear. Foxy ass
these
being
are
the
like
best example. Like
first grade insults.
But that's what this feels like to me as well. It's like this is a small child who's learned what swear words are, and they just use them. They have no idea what the words are and like how to actually use them. They just know this is a swear word and it has power. That's what's happening with the actual letters. I agree. The content themselves is not necessarily that bad. I mean, I think there's a couple of things where it's like she calls people like a fat ass, or like you have no chin. Like she does get specific on certain things, but even Anne, I think when she reads the no chin thing, she's like, well, that's just mean. Like, or that's rude. Like she acknowledges that it's like it's meant to be hurtful, but also kind of brushes it off. So I think the wickedness comes down to the words themselves being seen as ungodly. But Nick, you had your hand up.
Yeah, just real quick. Just to bring it back to Boondock Saints, the scene when the barkeep is at the hospital and he's swearing with his Tourette's, and you see the nuns. The camera cuts to the nuns, and they're doing the what's it called?
Sign of the cross.
Sign of the cross. It's just like the swear words themselves are. It's like the language of Satan. It's they're wicked and just in their own right. And the fact that they're being used as insults just adds to it, like towards someone else. Yeah, to you and us, nowadays, yeah, it comes off as funny because we're level-headed adults. But if these yeah, we're sort of level-headed. If this is being used towards like teenagers or the elderly or someone with like disabilities or religious people, it has more of an impact. So while you said in the very beginning like this kind of stuff doesn't bother you, you laugh, to others it affects them a lot harder.
Right.
So it's all about perspective, really.
Going back to the theory of this movie just isn't for the tough skin, the thick-skinned people.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here like listening to these insults, and I'm like, the level that I was at was like, who are you calling Cootie Queen? You lint liquor. I mean, this is basically the playing field that we're at right now.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Breaking out the Orbits commercial. All right.
Tell me I'm wrong though. Tell me I'm wrong that like that's not like the type of insult level playing field we're at.
No. I think I do think that's part of the design of it though. This is where the actors have to do a great job of selling like these words are hurtful.
Right.
But the comedy being we find that funny. Like these letters are silly to us because of how things are worded, because how things are said. But to the person who it's being said about or said to, that's what hurts. Like I think they do.
Yeah.
I think that they did a good job of kind of balancing. Again, this is where I think Olivia Colman did an amazing job of kind of writing those emotions and kind of baiting, I guess, to a certain degree, because like she wrote these words, but like being emotional to them, like they hurt or. Yeah, actually, at the beginning, I think she even said, she's like, "Oh, I don't take much stock in it. You know, like I just kind of brush it off. It's not that bad."
And they're obviously trying to show you how much they hurt. They killed the mom.
Thank you for bringing this up because that was the next thing I was gonna do.
So it's like, I get that you're trying to tell me that these letters have power, but it's just hard. It was hard for me, but yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to talk about that scene, I led you right into it.
Well, I think the mom says it multiple times of like these letters will be the death of me, or
Right.
like,
Yeah, complete foreshadowing.
and it literally is. I mean, how awful must Edith feel, especially in the moment when she's signing the death certificate and everything of like, you killed your mother with your letters to you, like that. There's no way around it. Like she killed her mother, but and she's got to live with that. But what an interesting thing, right? That like you're saying, these words were so impactful. Like they had such a punch that reading these letters, it literally caused this woman's heart to basically give out. It was that big of a deal. So
yeah,
it's again, it's funny to us as the audience because they're written, but I appreciated that this was a letter that they didn't tell us what was written. We didn't get to hear any of the words from that letter. We see her.
That's not true.
I think what did we catch like the first?
We got Dear Edith, you big fucking. That's it. That's all. That's all we know. What was on the letter?
Got it. But even that, like, I mean, that's a strong enough start. We don't know what's said, but it's not necessarily funny at that point. But the fact that they don't tell us that letter and then she burns it, like it's. I think that's a clever writing like technique to be. This is like the showing not telling side of things where we see the impact of this letter. We don't need to hear it to know its impact. We watched what happened because of it. And I think that if they were to have written that letter and we would have heard it out loud, it wouldn't have had that same impact. It wouldn't have affected us in the same way after seeing it kill a woman. Like no matter what was written, you couldn't write it from Edith's perspective powerful enough to make us believe it would kill somebody. So don't. Give us the start, watch, let us see it happen, and we believe it.
Is it because we would laugh?
I would think so. I mean, we're talking about how every letter we've heard out loud is funny. Like it's written poorly enough and it's swearing that it's funny. It's like a child who just knows these words and doesn't understand what they mean or how to use them properly. So it's funny. And if we were to read this letter after watching a woman read it and die, it takes away the impact of what that actually is. Like we saw Edith lose her mother. And we see the aftermath of it, her devastated, father devastated. He's locked himself up in the bedroom. Like, it's, if we read that letter, if we hear those words that were on that letter, that impact drops. It doesn't affect us as much emotionally because now we're thinking the humor of it. So I thought it was brilliant that we don't really get to hear that letter and they burn it and it's never said to us. Like, I think that was a wise thing to do, given the intent of how this movie is meant to kind of get us to laugh at the same time, understand a story that happened.
Well, and to add to that too, it's we see how different characters react to the letters, right? Her mom has the heart attack, and then like you said, what was her name?
Anne?
Anne. Yeah, she was just like, oh, that's just not very nice, right?
Yeah.
Like she wasn't gonna have a heart attack over it. So it's yeah, it's like all about perspective of like who reads these and how impactful they are to them.
Although in some defense, I would say at the point that Anne was reading that letter, she was basically in the know that it was Edith that was writing that letter. So I'm sure that takes some of the sting out of it, because it's not just some faceless person that's saying these mean things about you. It's like, it's Edith. Edith is saying these things about you. It's like, well, that's not nice. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what did you guys think of Mon dying?
Dramatic.
Did you see it coming?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting her to actually die. Like, I
No,
wouldn't.
especially like the foreshadowing, like right off the bat, these letters are going to be the death of me. Every time she got a letter, it seemed like her reaction to it was getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, oh, that's a lead up to death, where she's going down. And then when especially like the way they set it up, it's just her. She opens the letter falls in, the light's coming through the window, it's like looking all kind of grim already, and then she looks at it and then she's like, oh, braces herself, and I was like, nah, that in 3 2 1 heart attack, gone.
Well,
Very very predictable.
You know what's funny that you say about that is because you said in the beginning, well, why don't they just throw the letters away? And it's like, well, we're all human, and no matter who we are, we're all curious to know what it says. Doesn't matter how old, how young,
Yeah.
you know.
I think we all kind of have this weird desire to know what people think about us.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's kind of the same thing of
Maybe.
like we talk about social media. Like, if you get like a negative comment from somebody, or somebody says something mean on a picture you post or whatever, it's like, how often do we actually delete that? How often do we actually not read it?
Mhm.
It's just kind of one of those things of like, good or bad, we want to know what people think about us. And I think it's mostly just our own curiosity.
Right.
And to some degree, it's like our desire for people to want people to like us.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real.
I mean, you'd be amazed at some of the comments that I hear from my patients sometimes, where I'm like, whoa, that's very polite. And it's directed right towards me for no reason at all. I'm only one that's trying to help them. But I mean, I cannot tell you how many things I've been called where I'm like, okay, don't know what I did, but
Oh,
this is-
bad things. Oh.
oh no, yeah, no, it's
It's-
not. It's super. It's beyond rude.
Sorry, I'm keeping you alive.
Yeah, but it's just it's their personality or their drugs or their alcohol or whatever has impacted them, and I'm just like, sure, if I'm that today, I guess I'm that today. I must have worn my fill in the blank pants.
Fill in the blank pants.
I got a question
My
for you,
Mad
Brian.
Lib pants.
So
Oh,
apparently,
dude, I've been called a woman abuser. I've been called a
oh man,
so many things from these freaking cracked out psychotic patients of mine. I'm like, this is good times.
I bet so many things that you can't say on here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of racial terms that always
jeez.
gets me. I'm like, you see me, right? But okay.
They see what they want to see.
Yeah.
You chase that dragon.
Yeah. Is your job the reason why you have such thick skin, especially to a movie like this now?
My job has thickened my skin for sure.
Yeah,
But I've had thick skin all my life.
Oh, okay.
It's just I think it's probably the way I was raised.
He's Kevlar, baby.
Yeah. I mean, even grandma like would kind of teach us just to
Toughen
have
up.
thick skin. Don't
Yeah.
let things get to you. Crying wasn't even crying was almost like a sign of weakness in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just you don't cry. No
Mm.
emotions.
Do you cry these days?
No.
Really? Wow. But Jen, you do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No. It's very, very, very I can't remember the last time I cried.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It's a rarity.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. Well, didn't mean to get too deep, but I was just,
Oh,
I was
it's all
just
good.
curious. Yeah,
Not even that deep, man. Shallow water.
yeah.
I was gonna ask
Well, I
Brian.
don't want to go into like childhood trauma or anything. You know? Like,
Brian, do you guys in your I guess you call it the rig, I don't know.
Yeah.
But do you guys have like a rule when it comes to homeless people about not taking off their shoes?
Do we have a rule?
Yeah, like it's like an unwritten rule of like you don't take off their shoes.
It would be yeah. I mean, we try not to take off the shoes at all costs.
Yeah. This was something that I've learned.
We
that
try not to dig into any of the clothing at all costs. It's like
What?
it's the walking biohazard.
Yeah, apparently like that's something where it's like don't do that, and you gas the entire place and we can't get that smell out.
Yeah.
So
wait, why do you bring that up? Like, what's the reason?
Somebody I work with, either their significant other or friend or somebody also works doing ambulance and doing that kind of stuff, and they were telling me that like this was some kind of like it was kind of like an unwritten rule or whatever, and I guess like a probie didn't get the memo, and they got a good talking to afterwards apparently, but it's apparently something you don't go against that.
No.
So just curious if that's kind of like everybody sort of has that understanding, or if it's just more of a local area kind of a thing.
No, I would
Like
say
a
it's
general order.
Just
I'd
curious.
say it's generalized. Yeah, general order.
Yeah, nice.
Interesting.
Yeah. Never even heard of that. But
Dude, it's foul, man. It's so like the human body can be so foul. Like let me just say that.
I
yeah,
believe it.
we are disgusting.
Between infections and bodily fluids and everything else in between, man.
You have a
Yeah.
great job.
Huh?
You have a great job.
There are times like I've like I just want to look at fire and be like aim, point, shoot before they get into this freaking ambulance.
Like
The hose
them
would
down.
only
Yes,
get off
low
the surface
pressure
smell.
and just give me some type of pre-wash because that is just I don't even know what to do with this.
You know those kitchen scrub brushes that have like the little soap dispenser like, in the
Yeah.
brush. I feel like fire hoses need that. They need like a little like spigot with soap like as the
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's funny we're talking about hitting people with a fire hose in a positive way. But
Low pressure.
yeah, of course, we don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah,
We
more
just want to clean them.
It's like we're trying to take out a fire or anything.
Yeah. The building is burning. You're just washing this person down. All right, now turn to your backside. Oh man.
Okay.
Okay, well that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any other scenes that anybody can think of?
No.
What'd you guys think about the whole guitar thing with the daughter? Because
I chalk that up to
what?
it's like what Jen was saying, you got to remember the timing, the time that they're in. And I was like, okay, maybe 1920s women aren't allowed to be creative or that's kind of where I chalked it up.
But coming from Rose, it seems strange why she would not approve. She was the one that didn't approve of it, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
She kept saying good girls don't play guitar. And I don't think that was necessarily because she'd always say it, and she knows that her daughter is going behind her back and playing it anyway.
I wonder if
like
it's something to do with her father.
could be. That would be interesting, actually.
Yeah.
But the impression I got from it with the whole good girls don't play guitar kind of thing was like she's trying to get her daughter to be better than her. And on some level, she's trying to teach her to be more proper. And I think that's part of it. Like I think she's just trying to set a better example. But again, she doesn't really enforce it that strongly. I mean, she calls her, like, I think the first time that she says something, she's like, put that guitar, like she takes the guitar all aggressively, puts it away. And then as they're outside, she says, put it down or whatever. Like she calls back into the house knowing she grabbed it. And then daughter, being Rose's daughter, hesitates for a minute, waits till she's gone. Strum, like,
yeah.
I think she knows, and that's why by the end she gets her own guitar and she's like, I can't stop her from being her. This is something that she cares about, that she's passionate about, that she loves. Me being me, I can't take that away from her. I can only lift her up.
Mm-hmm.
Let her be proud of who she is. But what got me was when she takes the guitar and she smashes it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Bill's guitar. Like, no, like that's not cool. I understand you're mad at mom, but don't take it out on Bill.
Yeah. Tough beat.
That was rough.
Because it was the daughter that was smashing the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her mom was like trying to get her to stop.
Well, and it was because this was right after the court when it's revealed that she lied about father and everything, and it's like,
and they run away.
Well, and at first, like I felt kind of bad for Bill, but at the same time, I was kind of like, oh damn, Bill's having a really strong reaction to this. So I was a little surprised, like he stormed out of the courtroom as this was all coming out. I was like, oh shit. And then the daughter goes out after him, like, oh damn. It wasn't until like he comes back and he has the conversation and it's like, but you lied to me. Like the fact that like you couldn't be honest with me, like that was the part that like really hurt him and set him off. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like at that point when he kind of relayed what his emotion was about it and like why he was upset. I'm like, no, I get that. Fair, Bill. But I love that he came back. I love that like it all went well. But oh my God, when he storms off again because he's so upset, and again, valid, girl taking off and taking the guitar and smashing it. It's like, no. I think she was mad at everybody at that point, and that was the only thing that she could do. But at the same time, I'm like, don't destroy Bill's guitar. He didn't do this to you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was his guitar.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty sure she says it's Bill's guitar at the beginning, right? When she's playing it. Now you got me questioning if she says it's her father's.
No, it's Bill's.
It's Bill's. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be interesting though if there was that connection to the dad.
I mean, Bill was essentially like boyfriend, right? Or was he husband?
I think boyfriend. They don't really.
Boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Last thing, I don't think we need to stretch for any more like scenes and stuff if we're not really feeling it. But I did kind of like how this movie had like there were black people involved and they were in I mean you had the I can't remember the black woman's name, but she was in the post office. You have the Indian woman who's a police officer. Bill is the black man. Like
Katie?
Was it Katie?
Kate? It was one of those.
Maybe. But like I like how they actually had some diversity in this cast, knowing that it's
definitely diversity.
But knowing that it's not accurate, like to the times, like I it didn't bother me, and I really appreciated that the diversity was there, and there's no racism that was brought up. It was more like they focused in on like the sexism and like the inequality of the men and women. Like I like that it maintained that, and they didn't have to go all the way of like, and everybody's white. Like I think the implication is, yes, you're all white. This is England in the early 1900s. We all know this. And I'm sure we all understand too that like if these people were there in real life, there'd be some heavy racism going on, but that wasn't the point. So I appreciated that they kept the diversity and that it wasn't one of those things of like making a big deal about it either. It was nice. It was nice that
They have
it had
evolved.
a little bit.
I agree.
It was just that little piece of design that I enjoyed about this. But go ahead, Brian.
I got to give credit where credit's due. So one part that this movie did make me laugh at was Anne's mission for an egg.
Oh yes.
I wasn't expecting it. It just came out. It came out of nowhere. It was like, "Are you busy? I'm boiling an egg." Oh, cool. This means you're not busy. Like, come hang. Come with me. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take down Edith. All right, let's go. And then round the troops, and she still hasn't. And then second house, she's like, "We're boiling eggs." like, that seems to be the sole mission here. And then all of a sudden, they're all sitting around the table after they gathered the troops, and she starts to say, "Okay, we all know that Rose is innocent, and we're gonna take down Edith." And Anne's like, "No, I'm sorry, fuck no, we're not doing anything until I get my egg." And they're like, "Really? You're really energetic. That's the fucking egg."
And it's like smash cut to her eating out of the egg. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, wow, Anne really needs her egg.
Yeah. And she's eating it out of the shell.
Yeah.
That's a specific way. It's like a soft boiled egg, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But oh god, I love how pleasant she is after she eats it. It's like
Right?
she's
I
on
mean,
it.
if
She on
anyone wonders what hanger is, there you go.
it. Prime example.
Feed your hanger monkeys. Yeah, so that was a quite enjoyable little minute. I mean, the fact that she said like when she said like we're boiling eggs was like that just really caught me off guard too. I was like, okay, you're on it, girl.
She needed that egg.
She did.
All right. I mean, any last things you guys want to get out before who won the movie? Going once, going twice. Sold to the lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9. She's a 10, I know. Nobody knows this country song? Just me? Okay.
Nope.
Well, the rest of the audience that's watching this will know the reference. But
Not familiar, Lindor.
all right. Who wants to go first for who won the movie? Although I guess we could talk more specifically about the end, but I think we hit it. Like we were talking, I think, in the memories of
Yeah.
all that. So
You wanna go first?
I'll go.
okay.
I mean, good talk. It doesn't really change my rating, even just to see how we kind of struggled just to even think of what to say and things to talk about in this movie. Just kind of says it all for me. So I'm pretty pleased with my 2.4. It just I don't know. I keep going back to this movie just isn't for the thick skin, and I really do believe that that weighs a heavy amount on it. Overall, though, my honorable mention I'm gonna give to Natalie Coleman as Edith, but
Olivia.
I'm sorry. What did I say, Natalie?
Natalie. I don't know where Natalie came from.
Is there a Natalie Coleman out there? I don't know. Olivia Coleman playing Edith, but the clear, concise winner for me is definitely Jessie Buckley, who just dominates the role of Rose and really, in my opinion, kind of saved what any type of interest I would have in this movie. So I have to give it to her.
Okay.
And her accent. Listen to her talk all day.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, winner for me is definitely Rose, or the actress that plays Rose. Yeah, she was the star, even though she wasn't the main character. She was definitely the main one that stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah, honorable mention would definitely go to Officer Mose
Moss?
Moss. Yeah, she was
Woman
just
police officer Moss.
woman police officer Moss. Well, we know she's a woman, so she's just police officer Moss.
WPOM sounds like a radio station.
um, she was a lot of fun. She was very entertaining. She played her role well. So yeah, she's an honorable mention for sure.
And the winner for me is just comedy in general. This movie, I will admit, yeah, you're right. It's hard to talk about, like to find talking points. This is just one that you have to watch and enjoy it for yourself, or not enjoy it. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it. I'd probably watch it again.
I'm gonna give a lot of shout outs real fast. So, because we didn't mention him during the initial like casting and everything, but I believe it's Malachi Kirby who plays Bill. I know it's a small part and everything, but when I was thinking about the court scene and everything and the stuff after that, and like he did a really good job. I know it was a small part, but I did really enjoy him and his character. He did great. The other shout outs are going to be, so for the director and the writer, I think they did a great job. So Johnny Sweet, who wrote this, I really like the script. I really like the dialogue. It's incredible. The story is really good. I think did a phenomenal adaptation of what is a real story to some degree. So I enjoyed that. And I think Thea Sherrick did a fantastic job with this. Like I said, I got Wes Anderson vibes. So like, I don't know if that was the inspiration for some of this, but it felt like that in a very positive way, that it wasn't like a solid ripoff. The style was there and I enjoyed it. Last shout out goes to Olivia Colman, because like I said, I've known her mostly as her comedy roles, and to see her in this very serious role, hitting all of the emotions, and I really enjoyed her. Edith was such a complex character, and I thought she did an incredible job. But certainly the winner has got to be Jessie Buckley. Just Rose is the main character in this story, and the energy that she brings is just incredible. The swearing rants, the charisma, that crooked smile that she's got, like that Jessie can, that only Jessie can do. It's such a solid character all around, very entertaining to watch, and the emotional parts, like she hit it all. She did such a phenomenal job. So, yes, Jessie Buckley wins this one for me. And I think that does it. We are now wrapped on Wicked Little Letters. We never have to talk about it again until we talk about it again. So, fantastic. I think this was a great chat, guys. Brian, thanks for sticking it out. I know it wasn't your favorite, but this was a good chat, guys. Jen, you've got next week's pick, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have a movie for us?
Yes, and it should come as no surprise to you guys.
I know it.
And it's the last time, so we are not going to make it to number 3, but at least we can get Rush Hour 2 in continuing by series.
Okay, Rush Hour 2.
The 31st is when the last day that we can watch it. So right on schedule, Rush Hour 2.
Okay.
Give it a couple months. Rush Hour will be on Hulu and we can watch Rush Hour 3.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So next week's pick is going to be Rush Hour 2. Is it streaming on Netflix right now?
Yeah.
Netflix. All right. Rush Hour 2 streaming on Netflix. This is sure to be a fun one. This will definitely be a good chat. But yeah, tune in next week here on. What was that?
I don't remember it like at all. I remember the end credits. Damn, she ain't gonna be a Rush Hour 3. So that's my memory.
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte
Oh,
fish.
yeah.
If there's nothing more to be excited about with Rush Hour 2, just be excited for the end credits.
Yeah.
For real. All right. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. That would be good. So tune in next week here on YouTube to hear us chat about Rush Hour 2 streaming on Netflix. That is GoodFlickas on YouTube right here next week, Monday nights. You can also follow us on Instagram at good.flickas. Give us a like and share us with your friends and family because we're funny. And Brian does a great job of making clips. So like them, share them. We're funny. We're good people. And if you want more of those things, follow us here on YouTube. Hit the little subscribe button and ring the bell so that you can be notified of our newest videos popping up. All at GoodFlickas. You may be able to find some older videos and things on our Twitch. It's still active in a sense that it's there, but we're not posting anything new. So hopefully if you're there and if you're still seeing some things, tune into YouTube. We're over here now. Other than that, you can send us an email at goodflickas2020@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing. Give us some fan mail. Give us some advice if you got it. Other than that, that's it for us.
Are you inspired? You give us some hate mail.
Yeah. You know what? Yes. Send us a wicked
Send us a wicked little
Send us
letter.
a wicked
I was
little
gonna
letter.
say, send us a wicked little email.
There it is.
Little email.
Just
Matt,
make
I
sure
think you
that
forgot to say that we're funny.
we are funny. We're so funny.
Okay, just want to make sure you knew to say it.
Ha, 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 ha. We're funny. We make people laugh.
Just
Much like this
laugh.
movie makes people laugh, other than Brian.
No, not true.
He had one laugh.
Anne wanted her egg.
Yeah, I was gonna say
She
it's the
wanted it.
egg,
She
right?
Yeah.
All right. Tune in next
All
week
right.
here, YouTube, GoodFlickas. We'll be waiting for you. Brian, go ahead and close us out.
All right. Yes, friends. Thanks for listening to us and do as Matt advised. Let's see. Wicked little liars letters.
Whoa.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Wicked
You're not
little
wrong.
letter send off. Well, you know what? Humans do not evolve. But you can always count on the GoodFlickas foxy asses evolving every weekend. We'll see you next week.
That's it. Bring back the foxy asses.
What?